it up, but I definitely know.
Hey, welcome to Full 42. We're a few minutes late, and the chat's letting us know it. It's fine. It's fine. It's mostly me.
I'm fine.
Just running around. I just got back from RageCon yesterday, so I still had a lot of stuff to do today and all that. So busy day. I just got to the table here. So we're going to be talking about our favorite favorite games.
Sure. If that's what you want
Let's
to do.
restart this. This isn't live, is it?
You know what I didn't do? I didn't share anything.
Great. I love that we're both on the ball.
Yeah. I didn't share shit. I'm gonna do that now while you talk and try and dig out.
Yeah, we got a lot of people in here. Hello, everybody. Brandon. What time is it in Costa Rica? That's a good question. 7 p.m. Okay.
What a sock. Talking about Costa Rica. What a sock.
We got a show. We were late. You should be. Yeah, I die. Everybody's in here. Nice. Sam showed up. How's it going?
I'm not looking at the chat. I'll catch up, but hi, everybody. I'm just trying to share out something I should have done a few hours ago.
Well, I was saying their names, so if you were taking in that information at all.
That also requires me to listen to you while I'm doing this, and that's not happening either.
That's fair. That's fair. Okay. I can't say anything, can I? We are going to be talking about our top 5 games from 2017. 2017 turns out to be an amazing year of games. I've got a huge list.
Really?
Yeah. Do you not have a big list?
I have 8, and then I think I predicted yours. And there are 4 that are in there that I just haven't played that I think are pretty big. Than a couple mentions, but it wasn't we'll get into it, but it wasn't a big list for me.
Do you actually, hey Nick, do you actually try to figure out what mine are?
Yeah.
Really?
You don't?
No. I just assumed you're going to have a bunch of weird ones I've never heard of, so why would I?
I have one that you definitely haven't heard of. The others are pretty mainstream.
I don't have mine in order, but that's not because I don't want them in order. It's because I haven't had time to put them in order. So I'm going to do that while you're talking about stuff too. As well.
I'm not talking about anything.
Yeah, I don't know how to put these in order though. These are all really great. Some of them are ones like I've played once or twice, but some of them are just like, I think a good portion of my collection is right here.
There's a lot. 17 is definitely, there are a lot of games. I noticed there are a lot of games in the top 100 or top 400 that I haven't played that are out this year.
Oh my God.
Yeah, there were a lot.
There's also some really big name games in here, and we'll talk about them. We do need order. And they're not going to be on my list, and people are going to be, what? Not on your list, But some of them, there's one on here because I've never played it, and I would love to play it. It's a game that you would think I'd play. Stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah. So we'll see. I just tried to put them in order, and now I have a list of 11. Cool. Nope, sorry, 12, because that can't. Oh my God, that has to be okay. So, welcome to the top 15 games from 2017.
Not happening. Do 5, dude. We got to do 5.
It's too much.
It's not that bad. There are some games that are good, then there are some games that are great, and those are the ones that we're talking about.
I know I've played at least 10 in this list, at least 10 times, easily.
Yeah, that's great. That's what we want.
Yeah, there you go. Top 17 from 2017. It'll just keep increasing. And you know what? you can almost do that because as we're getting closer and closer to now, it's, we've played more of these games, I guess. I don't know.
It's true. That is also true. Oh, you didn't mention it. This is episode 217, ironically, and we're talking about, this was not planned, and we're talking about our top games from 2017.
Yeah, can we get a banner that says this is not planned by the
This is not planned.
Yeah.
This is not planned.
I'm still trying to do my top 5 while we're talking, yeah.
You mean like last time when you did the wrong year and you were trying to do it while I was talking? Yeah,
yes.
Good.
Hey, it came out all right.
Mm-hmm.
Last episode. I've been rushed these past couple of days. A lot of stuff going on. Speaking of a lot of stuff going on, what do you look like you're putting together your list too? I'm just saying.
I said I didn't share anything out. I'm literally posting.
You're sharing it. Okay. All right.
Yeah. I just did it on the Discord and I did it to my personal account. Now I'm doing it to the full 42 account. My list is done. It's right here. I take this seriously, even though I don't put them in order.
Fine. I think I wore the shirt last episode. Yeah, my mind's all over the place today.
Yeah, I can see that. Which I can't even see because I have Facebook up, so I don't even know what you're doing, but I can, in my head, I can see you out of your mind right now.
Cool. Well, games are getting better every year. I don't know if I agree specifically with that.
I would agree with who said that?
Nix.
Yeah, I would say games, but I mean, if you look back at what we've been going over from year to year, like some of these games are just like rock stars. I think the game industry at this point. I mean, I'm also in the industry a few years, but I think the games, they're starting to get fine tuned. They're starting to get manufactured better. They're starting to get produced better. They're starting to get bigger.
That's fair.
If not a few years prior.
Yeah, I think the way I'm thinking about it is like some of my favorite games we've already gone to, right? Mm-hmm. And so at a certain point, we're going to get, like, my top 10 will be out there and we'll be covering 2023 or something like that. Mm-hmm. And for me, then it won't be as good, but
in a few years' time, we're only going to be able to do this once a year. We're going to finally catch up to 2025, and then we're not going to be able to throw these episodes in there.
Then we'll just go back and do the bottom 5 of each year.
I'm fine with that too.
Watch that get more views.
Probably.
It will. They're like, what? Ooh, who's in this? And yeah, we'll end up getting more subscriptions instead of less. By the way, like and subscribe if you like the pure chaos we've put together for you today.
I like this. Eventually, it's going to be what are our favorite games from today?
I can answer that since I went to a convention this weekend.
That's true. So did I. We were both at different. I mean, mine was super tiny, but we were both at a thing in a room playing games all weekend.
Mine really wasn't that big. I would guess there was about 1,000 people.
Wow. Okay, that's good.
Now there might have been more, but the convention hall was so big, and there was a second one that I never really went into, but once, so it was hard to get a take on how many people there are. But that's funny. I need to stop putting his jokes up here because it's just encouraging.
Yeah. Some of your all-time favorites. That's good. There's some good ones. There's definitely one of my all-time favorites comes out of this year for sure. 100%.
I might pull some of them out of here because I've talked about some of them recently. So
okay.
I don't know. Put some in there that are a little less known.
No. That's not how you do it. You do your top from this year, and it happens to be one of your favorite games of all time. You have to talk about it because it's from this year. Fine. All right, I got it. You can mock me all you want. That's fine.
Uh, um, okay, it's too hard to put these in order.
This is great. This is usually pre-show stuff, but the fact that they get to sit
Yeah.
here and watch you put your list together, that's pretty good stuff.
This is brutal.
Yeah.
This is.
If only you did it. I assume,
Up.
did you drive to RageCon or did you fly?
I flew. Yeah.
Okay. So
well, I actually took a train.
So on the train, at no point were you like, "Oh, maybe I'll just do my list now and get it out of the way."
No.
Good.
I just saw that.
Mm-hmm.
We're all waiting. We'll get to it. It's fine. We have other stuff to talk about. We got announcements. I want to talk about the con, but both you and I went to. I have a bad experience story that I can talk about as far as like running a play test, which is interesting. And we'll do the Luca painting. We'll talk about Canvas Critters coming out. Might even play around on the thing. I don't know how many people have done this. We'll shame our friends for not doing it yet. But yeah, cover lots of stuff there. So what else? Let's go into the announcements then. I'm trying to find a banner for it.
Sure.
So what you got going
on? Well, this weekend was I got my new stickers. I want to show off.
Oh, that's cool. How big are they? Like hold them up to your face or something?
I'm not doing that.
I know how big your face is.
I know how you like to take screenshots of stuff, and I'm not giving you the opportunity to do it.
Oh, hold it in your palm of your hand.
No.
Hold it with your mouth slightly open. No. Okay. All right. Yeah. Of course, you could have massively small hands.
Well, how do you want me to? God, I hate you.
How about the ear? Put it next to the ear.
I'm not doing it. I don't even have anything that I can use that you would know. Here's Moon Knight. Those little things that I keep showing.
Oh yeah.
There's the sticker.
How big are those? Put Moon Knight next to your ear.
I am leaving. It's been great having the show with you. I'm done. Here's an M&M. Did that count?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Why do you have a random M&M?
I'm eating M&Ms. I have M&Ms.
Okay.
It's not random. It's not like I found it on the floor. I have a tube of M&Ms and I'm eating them.
Oh, that's Easter M&Ms.
Yes.
That's like from March.
M&Ms are forever.
Are they? Is there no expiration date?
October 25. I'm not weird. Best before October 20. Oh, it's not going to.
Okay, but also not forever.
I mean, they'll last forever. Anyway, I have that new Luca thing, and this is what I did this weekend. Campaign weekend.
That's cool.
Isn't that neat? So it's really small, but it was geared towards. Well, it was for any game. The idea was to just get together and play games, but the focus was on campaign games, scenario-based games. And what I did, I should have brought it down. It's upstairs. I'm not going to get it. I made punch cards with that logo on it in that colorway, and then this Luca head was my punch, and I put it all around the outside of the card. And every time somebody finished a scenario in a campaign, I'd punch their card and give them a ticket. So it
this is all
incentivized,
campaigns, right?
So what?
All the games were campaign games?
They didn't have to be. It could be any game. Oh. It didn't matter. But the incentive was play a campaign game and I'll give you a ticket for it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. M&M for scale. If I had a banana, I would have used a banana. So yeah, it was great. I mean, like I played Lost Cities, the board game, and I played Illusion with Dan and Loy. Like we played stuff that wasn't necessarily, but
sure.
I have not a story, more of a question, but I played Role Player.
Okay.
I haven't played Role Player since they did all of the things. I only played base Role Player, and I loved it. I loved it.
Yep.
But my gripe with it was, like most people, you got to roll this character, which felt really cool. and then who had the most points, and you put it away. There was nothing to do with the character that you created. So they did the Friends and Fiends, and they did the Monsters expansion. So now you rolled your character, and you had some shit going on, like expansion material stuff, but you got to fight the monster at the end, the big boss at the end, which was really cool. So it took role player one more step, and it felt like now I've gotten all my gear, I've done all my stuff for my character, and now I get to go beat this demon or whatever we fought, right? But then when you took that character and you put it in role player adventures, that was absolutely amazing. The way that that game works, the check systems, the narrative.
I don't know how it works. So how's it work?
It's so
don't teach it. But
you bring your character into the game, and they're literally like all the cards that you had, all the gear that you got, all the skills and the scrolls that you got from the game has a mimic in role player adventures. So one of my thing was Tumble. I got Tumble, which let me do something in role player. There's a Tumble card in role player adventures that let you do something in the game. So whatever gear you brought in,
you changed out the cards.
You changed out the cards.
Oh.
So everything, cool. Wherever you were in your stats, that was your health. You had certain things that were just like a port over, right? Like if you were here between pick a number and pick a number, then you got X. And if you were whatever number plus 1 to whatever other number, you got Y. Like they had this really cool system to bring your character into adventures. And then you just got to play scenarios, and you had certain stories. I was a penguin. I forgot the name of the race, but I was the penguin character. And
a race of penguins?
Yeah, there's a race of like the penguin race, whatever the penguin race is. It begins with a K. I forget what it is. But during the narrative, like you had the map and you had certain things, but what it gave you in the beginning was a certain number letter combination that when you got the number was the scenario, the letter was the location. And when you went there, you had a specific story for your character, which I thought was really cool. And then we worked as a team. We tried to figure out how to satisfy, how to manipulate the dice. So there's dice. You got a certain amount of dice for your adventure, and you had to use your cards to manipulate the dice. You had to have certain colors. You had to have certain numbers. It went really well. I think the graphic design of it, there were a couple things that I absolutely fucking hated. And I couldn't, I kept going at it. Like red and purple did not look any different. And when you had the wild, where you could change a thing to any color, any color was black, green, blue, white, and then they had red and purple together on the bottom of that wild, and you couldn't make them separate.
I know what you're talking about. I know the whole look and feel, and the red and purples are always really close to each other because the purple goes real red. It's like magenta purple. Yeah.
Right. So then, when I'm looking at a card and I would say, oh, that's red, they're like, no, that's purple. I'm like, all right. And I constantly. And then in the book, when you had this little encounter system, it was a dark gray, almost black border. And you also had black dice. And the blue wasn't like this blue. It was a dark blue. So the blue and the black looked the same on the background. Like there were a couple little things that I couldn't get my mind off of. Other than that, the game was stunningly fantastic. I enjoyed the writing was great. The system was great. The dice was great. I loved it. It definitely could lend itself to massive quarterbacking because it's cooperative and you have to figure out how to get 4 dice to match these 3 that we need. And everyone's got their opinion of, no, do this first and then you can do that. No, I want to do this first. It could get, depending on who you're playing with, that could be a point of contention in the game. But really, really surprised the hell out of me. And then Sunday happened, and I was very much looking forward to playing Sleeping Gods.
You started it. I saw a picture. You said it was happening.
I know. We played scenario 1 of Sleeping Gods, and we didn't finish it.
Was it the walkthrough?
The walkthrough was atrocious.
Yes. Thank you.
I hated the walkthrough. It took me right out of the game.
Makes you hate it, right?
Yep. I did not like it. I wanted it to be over. I couldn't.
You'll have the same effect in Iridia. Walkthroughs suck. Everybody stop doing it.
I hate it. I hate it. I don't mind a walkthrough. It took me out of that game so hard. Then when it was we were playing a 4-player game, it took player 1's turn. Then it took players two's turn. It's telling you like, say you drew this and say you drew that. Like, okay. And then it was like, all right, your turn. I was like, okay. I didn't know what movement was. There were so
Right.
many things, so many questions. I would rather just learn the game because you're waiting for the walkthrough to tell you what to do. Then when the walkthrough is over, I still have all those questions and you got to go back to the rule book. And
Yeah.
it was just question after question and rule book looking up. And it was like, it was torturous.
Yeah. And beyond that, I want to make sure that we're not giving the wrong message here. Some people are hearing, oh, they just didn't do it well. Don't do walkthroughs. Walkthroughs as an idea is bad. Just teach me the game, and then I get to play a game.
Yeah.
Walking me through your game through some kind of like, here's a thing. It's a bad teach, is what it is. That's what
it is a bad teach.
You have to go through a bad teach, and then you get to play the game.
It was the same thing. I don't think I'd ever go back to Oath. I know I say I'll give it another shot, but Oath had the same thing where it was a walkthrough, and it took me out of the game. I had more questions about how to play it. I'd never want to play that game again. I want to play Sleeping Gods. I want to play it because I love everything Ryan Laukat. I love the game. I love the mechanism. I liked a lot of what it was doing. I don't know if it's like when I played Imperial Assault for the first time, I had already played the new Descent, right? And that app system and the way that it works and you drag your character to what you're doing, it was so sleek and so clean and so well done. When I went back to Imperial Assault and played that, even Journeys to Middle Earth, like the Lord of the Rings one,
right?
I went from Descent, which was the most recent iteration of how that app system worked, to Imperial Assault, which was like years prior. And it was so clunky and so bad that I'm a huge Star Wars fan. I actually didn't enjoy the game because of that app. Yeah. And I don't know if I didn't enjoy the game because of the intro, because of that lead, or because I liked what it was doing. There were some things that and what they were saying was the Distant Skies or whatever the new one is kind of cleaned up a lot of what I was talking about having an issue with.
Yeah, I have those, but I haven't dug into them yet. And I should say I played Sleeping Gods a ton, and I love the actual game. I love it.
Right.
But you have to get past that stupid walkthrough, and it sucks.
I think it was a combination. It was like a 1-2 punch of having such a great time with Role Player Adventures, and then having that happen in something that you revere. Like that's you love that game. Yeah. And then having that happen in that game after I had such a great experience with Role Player Adventures, I think it was a perfect 1-2 punch to take me out of that for that day. Like it just didn't feel good.
Eric, normally this is true. Like Oath, I didn't do the walkthrough. I just said, screw that. I hate walkthroughs, bad teach. But with this one, how the beginning of the story is in the walkthrough. Yeah. So if you don't do it, you don't know why you're here or what you're doing or what you're searching for.
Yeah, you about the captain and the boat and the ship and going through this other world and coming from the United States. There is narrative in the beginning of that thing. Yeah, see, and Distant Skies is better. Okay. That's good to know because I want to play Sleeping Gods again, maybe in a better mindset. But it fell wicked flat for me, and I'm surprised because of my love for Ryan Laukat's world, for his gameplay, for what he does. I love that stuff. But even
you'll love the game if you can, get past that. Yeah.
The narrative didn't even some of the narrative. I don't understand why they gave you a paragraph and then in bold gave you a summary of what was in that paragraph again. Like you can just speed read it then. You don't need to read the paragraph. You just read that one sentence. Like, where do you go? 73? Cool. You found a book and you captured a thing. Awesome. Like,
yeah, I learned to just skip that. I just, skip the bold and then go on. Yeah.
Yeah. That seemed like a weird thing.
That's one of those cases that I always try to get people not to do, which is where you're trying to make everybody happy. Like, oh, what if they don't want to read a lot of text? Then they shouldn't be playing this game. Is what that answer is. Not, right. Well, let's give them a little synopsis down here that'll annoy all the people that actually like reading a lot of, Right. Every time you try to make everybody happy, you're going to annoy your real audience. And that's something I always complain about in games, but yeah.
I don't know what Dai is asking.
The adventure you were talking about in Role Player, I think. Were you playing an adventure and role player that was an expansion?
No, like Role Player Adventures is its own thing.
Oh,
Like
okay.
you don't need to have role player to play adventures. You can just play role player adventures, and they have characters and they have stuff just to get you to play. But the fun is rolling your character in role player, doing the monster as the monster expansion. There's a monster, forget what the name of the expansion is, but there's a monsters expansion, and then the role player adventure says, "Are you bringing in your character? Here's what you do." And you literally port over everything you did in role player.
Yeah, that's cool.
Into your character. It's really, really good.
How
It's
many
really
how many games are in the legacy for that?
11 or 12.
Okay.
So really, you play role player, right? Which is your intro, and then you go into adventure, and you play that first scenario with your party, with your characters, and then I think there's 11 or 12 scenarios in that. So it's a if you want to play the whole thing, it's a 13 set campaign, and in addition, each map has your locations and has some hidden locations. Like one of mine was 3F, so scenario 3, location F. But then in parentheses, when you're rolling your character, in parentheses it says if found. So you might not even have that adventure because you didn't find F. It's really, really cool.
That's kind of cool.
And then there's boxes where there's numbered 1 through 10 square tokens. You shuffle them up, you put them in the boxes as you set up your scenario. And those scenarios are like, on your way to a location, there's a thing you have to do. And you might, like, we had on the way to one of the things we uncovered the number 2, and then the other way was the number 3. But there's 1 through 10. So there's 8 other things, 8 other encounters that we didn't have in that experience. It was really, really
cool.
Really well done, really smooth. Very excited about that one.
So that's kind of like random encounters in role-playing games, right? Which I think are great as long as I don't know they're random. But in this case, you know they're random.
Well, they're random in you're shuffling out 1 through 10 and putting them on the map. But the encounter that you're having, so we were in the last thing we did was scenario 3, right? We were in Undercity, and when we went to the library, I think it was scenario we uncovered number 3. So when you went to the book, you went to 3.3 because we were in scenario 3 and we had number 3, right? Or 3.4 or 3.9. So the encounter you're having is still in the overarching narrative of what the hell's going on, and it gives you a little bit of, oh, we need to go there to find a thing, or oh, we need to do that with the thing. It also gave us an idea. When you have an item in that game, every item can be used in each scenario, and the item has a number, and then you can take your items and combine them, and every one of those has a paragraph to read, and it could be something as stupid as like, you're an idiot for trying this, and it's more elaborate. But like the only thing,
you didn't write that scenario?
I wrote that scenario. The only restriction in it is spending a fatigue to try certain things. Every item has a fatigue number. Some of them are 0. So like wherever you go, why would you not try to shine the lantern and find something? Right?
Right.
But maybe I want to use the lantern with the inkwell, and the inkwell costs you 1. So do we want to use the inkwell in this thing? Cool, then you're going to read this number and this number scenario, but we got to do a fatigue. So you can't, it could over fatigue you, but every combination of items can be, there's a story, there's part of a narrative in your encounters. It was really sleek. There was a lot going on in that I did not expect. Where the other side, I was really excited about Sleeping Gods because I love the world and I love Lockett and I love his games. And then it just, that intro just took me right out of the experience.
Yeah. Well, I feel bad about the intro. I hope you have another chance to try it without all that, because whenever you get into it, it's really fun. I don't know the difference between the Distant Skies and Sleeping God. I have it. I just haven't opened it. I think like some things are cleaner. I know the combat system's a little bit adjusted, which I don't think there's anything to adjust with the combat system, but I remember when Sleeping Gods first came out, people complained that it was too hard. Mm-hmm. And he kind of said, well, just start with this extra. Like I saw a BGG thread where he was like, fine, start with this extra stuff. Then just kind of like, okay, it's too hard for you, then just, here's a caveat kind of thing, which I thought was kind of funny.
Hmm.
I mean, it was in text, so I was reading it like, fine, do this instead.
Right.
Maybe he was like, oh, I'm sorry, maybe do this instead, but I'm not sure
Right.
the attitude, but I thought it was funny.
I want to play it again. I did. I mean, there was some good stuff going on, but I just had such an amazing experience with Role Player the day before that it was
Well, that's cool.
shocking.
But you're making me want to try it.
I definitely try it. Highly recommend. It was.
Do you have to play a normal game of Role Player first to make the character, or can you start with a character like they give you or something?
Yeah, you can start with a character, but I think it's more fun to roll your character.
Yeah. Okay. Wait, is the Legacy one cooperative?
The Adventures?
Yeah.
Yeah, fully co-op.
So you first play a game where you're competitive, trying to make the best character, and then you all get together with those characters you made cooperatively and go do a thing. Oh, that's weird.
So the one little twist. So yes, Role Player is competitive, right?
Yeah.
But if you think about it, as you're a team getting ready to go on an adventure, and your team needs to fight a boss and then go into adventures, you're playing Role Player fully co-op, and you're at one point you burn a card from the market to get 2 gold. You can just ask everybody, hey, does anybody want any of these things? No, cool, I'm burning this. Or
okay, so you kind of play the first game as cooperative, and you don't take score, and then you just go into the next thing.
No, you do, because all your experience and all the stuff that you get as your character goes with you. Like, it all transfers over. And then you all fight the monster. You each fight the monster, right? So it's the same monster. You roll your dice, whatever you got, whatever your abilities are, and then you're trying to get as many XP or stars out of it as possible. But along the way, when you go, you do the different things to get experience and to get stuff, or you can go on a hunt. You go that's the monsters expansion. You can just go on a hunt and hunt monsters and get victory points and get trophies, and then it's a little bit of a shift in Role Player, because you have to play it. It benefits you if you play it cooperatively. That way you're not taking anything away from, like, if you're going for chainmail and we're playing cooperative, I'm going to burn that chainmail and get 2 coin. But if you're going for the chain, the set collection of chain stuff or leather stuff, I'm going to ask you if you want it or can you afford it before I burn it. There's a little bit of a shift in how that game plays, but it's worth it because, again, it can lend itself to quarterbacking, but it's worth it because that game, it's good.
Cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yep.
I went to RageCon, and the only game I played at the con that wasn't Cardboard Alchemy's games was Galactic Cruise. It was my fifth game. My fifth game. It was my fourth game. Fourth game of it. Yeah. And I have so far won all 4 games. So I don't think I've ever gone 4 games with that many wins on any game before. So now I'm like, should I play it again? I think so. And I won by 1 point in 2 of those games.
Who did you play against? Did you play against Peter and Brad or Aaron?
I played against Peter, a man named Dan, and another guy named Scott Mills. Great guy.
Nice.
He did the teach. I already knew how to play, but he did the teach. It was his game and stuff. He was a really good teacher with him. So, but yeah,
I saw you made it into a final 5 or final 6 photo with Daryl.
Yeah. He was leaving and turned around, so get in the picture and stuff. We had just finished, or we were still playing Andromeda's Edge. We were showing off the expansion to come in September. So.
Oh, cool! That's cool.
Genesis, yeah. It's funny because we were playing that, and then later on we played it again, but we were showing it to someone, a friend, and they hadn't played it before, so we took the expansion out. And afterwards, Peter, Luke, and I were kind of like it's weird without the expansion. So it's almost kind of like one of those, once you get it in there, you're not going to take it out kind of thing.
Like Scoundrels of Skullport.
Yeah, exactly. Only this expansion fits in the original box, so
Oh well, I guess Scoundrels doesn't fit.
Scoundrels does not. Yeah. Not unless you throw away the horrible insert, right?
No, that's not true. You can leave the main insert in the base game insert in the base
Yeah.
game bottom.
Yeah.
Take the insert from Scoundrels, put it on top of the base insert, and take the lid from Scoundrels and put it on top. I swear, that's what this is.
Weird.
That's the base box of Waterdeep with both trays and the top for Skullport. Because the Scoundrels and Skullport top is that thick, where the base one's that thick.
Right. So you took the top and the bottom of the two different ones?
Mm-hmm.
Weird.
But it works in one box.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
It is a little weird, but it works. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like I said, I took a train to the con. So I flew to San Francisco, and the con's in Reno. And so then we took a 6-hour train ride to Reno. And that went through the Rockies. And that was gorgeous. It was just beautiful. We were in a observation car. So it was all glass all around and stuff. So sunny days, beautiful mountains and lakes and all that stuff. And while we're playing card games and stuff on the tables up there. It was awesome. Right. It's like a 6-hour train con before getting to the RageCon.
That's neat.
I tried the Panda Spinners. Is that what it's called? Spinning Panda? Have you played that one?
What is it?
Spinning Panda, or it wasn't my game. It was just taught to me, so I don't remember what it's called.
Doesn't sound familiar.
It's a fairly new one, I think. It's like a trick taker, and you have on your cards. You have like the normal ace king down to twos, which are wild. Train con. I like the idea, right? I wish it was more than 6 hours. But you have like, trick taking kind of stuff. But whenever you put your cards down, whoever wins the thing, they get to lose their cards. You're trying to lose all your cards to win. The people who don't take their cards back in, and they get to flip them over to where it's more like a better card side. Now this side of the card, instead of being a king, is 3 kings, that kind of thing.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It's kind of cool.
Well, I don't know.
Trick-taking games really aren't my thing, but that one was pretty neat. I liked it. And by not my thing, I mean like I like playing them, but I never think I got to buy this gun.
Right.
But I don't mind playing them.
Got to find out the name of that. That sounds interesting.
Spinning Panda Spin? There you go. Panda
Spin?
Kind of like Teach You Meet Scout. Yeah. I think it's made by the same person that made Scout.
Okay.
I could be wrong, but I think Peter was saying that.
Okay.
But yeah, so can't remember what other things we played. Some small card games and stuff, but yeah.
How was fun. The con? Good con?
So, I mean, to be fair, all I did was teach Whisperwood, which is my next game coming out, Cardboard Alchemy in spring. Right. So, all I did was focus on that table for the most part. I did walk through the what do you call it? The place where people are selling stuff.
Vendor hall, exhibit hall.
Exhibit hall. There you go. Mm-hmm. I did walk through that, and it was like there were no publishers. It was all local people. So people who made their local crafts and stuff like that. I think a couple of game stores. So it was fun to look at and stuff. But I it wasn't like Gen Con and stuff like that. You're not talking to publishers and meeting people, stuff like that. So everybody else is just playing games. So it's a big playing games con. But there's a big part of it that feels like people sign up to play prototypes, and that's what they did with Whisperwood. They came and they played the prototype and stuff like that. So yeah.
Cool.
It was really good. I did have, as I mentioned at the top of this, a really weird experience where I just wanted to tell the person to leave the table.
What happened?
It's never happened before. Like every time I do play tests, it doesn't matter what game it is. I've play tested many games, many people, hundreds of games at this point, play tests and stuff. And you know, some people, they come to the table different attitudes and stuff. Maybe they're tired or whatever and stuff. But it's okay. You can kind of joke with them, get them back in the right attitude, play around a little bit. You know, there's always ways of keeping things light and stuff. But this person, oof, I mean, they were just kind of like in an already sour mood when they sat down. And then they were just, I mean, they're just rude. They were basically rude to me, to everybody at the table.
They sat down by
Yeah.
themselves.
No, they came with those people.
Wow.
So she was rude to the people she knew and kind of rude to me, not directly. Well, she might not have known that I was the designer. So at one point, she pointed to something on her board and went, "This is stupid." Right? And
Yeah.
like with anger, not like, "This is stupid," or anything like that. It was like, "This is stupid. This is just stupid. It shouldn't be like this." That kind of attitude, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
And I was just like, okay. I was like, all right. Like in normal life, I wouldn't put up with that. In my head, I was like, how much of this am I going to do? But the three people already knew her, and it wasn't phasing them at all. Maybe this is her always attitude. So I was like, if she was at a table with other people and she was messing up their whole vibe and stuff, I thought to myself, I'd kick her off the table. And I'd sit down and just finish her thing and say, sorry, everybody, about that and stuff. None of them seemed to mind. They just knew her already and we were like, yeah, blah, 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 and just carried on. And they were all lovely people. I don't understand what was going on there, but yeah, they're numb to it. Yeah, it was very much kind of Phil. Yeah, I don't understand what was going on. Maybe they were just in a really bad mood when they sat down, but
yeah.
And it was really weird too because it was complaining all the way through. You probably had experiences where you've sat at a table where a player is just complaining about everything.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I only get 7 points for this. This sucks. I only get this, and that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. And then you end up being second place or almost winner kind of thing, and like, why were you complaining that whole time? That kind of stuff. So
to throw you off your game.
Yeah, I don't know. It just soured me for like the night after that. I had another game after that playing Andromeda's Edge, and I just kind of went quiet. And everybody else was kind of talking and stuff. I just went into myself a bit, like, all right, I gotta like do this a little bit and play a little game of Andromeda and just focus and kind of recoup, because it in my head I was just like, I can't take this person anymore.
Yeah.
In fact, it was so bad that I always record responses after the game. I didn't record it. I said, I don't want a recording of this person. So I didn't even ask, hey, do you mind if I record or anything? I just wrote a few notes from some of the other people as they said it, and then that's it. So
right.
But that shouldn't taint at all the RageCon experience. That was just a one person thing. So yeah, this was like 2 p.m.
Wow. Wow.
So that was really the only bad experience, other than the fact that I'm not crazy about cons and casinos.
Oh yeah, no.
I mean, I know the Dice Tower West is in a casino too, and while I don't mind while I'm in the con part, playing games and stuff, the second you leave it and you're in the casino world, it's like, it smells like cigarettes. It's people running around doing something else that has nothing to do with board games, and it's ching, 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 all these noises and stuff. It's just not the best environment. I wish they wouldn't do that anymore.
Yeah, that was my first Gamma was when it was the last year in Reno, and it was in a casino, and it's not ideal for sure.
Yeah, I don't know why. Maybe they get really good deals for like large areas or something like that, but
maybe
because they're figuring we're bringing in people that are probably going to go gamble. I did make $60.
Nice.
Waiting 30 minutes for Luke and Peter to show up for lunch. I was like, walked over there, bing, $60 left.
What did you do? A slot machine?
No, I never feel like there's any game to that. I played the poker machines.
Yeah.
So
Cool.
there's at least a feeling of choice in that, right?
Mm-hmm.
I know it's just as random though.
Yeah. Yeah. Give me a roulette table. I like roulette.
You like roulette, really?
Mhm.
That's interesting. How do you bet in roulette? Do you go all 32, that number, or do you do 16, put it in between 2, put it in between 4? What do you do? See, I know roulette.
I always go 0 double 0.
Of course you do.
Have to, right? Because that's the odd one. That's the wild card. And then my number, my basically my entire life has been 22. So I'll bet heavy on 22, but I always hit the splash numbers. All on green.
Okay.
No, not all, but I always put something on green. But I hit the splash numbers. So if I'm betting 22, typically a regular roulette wheel has 5 and 34 on the sides.
Yeah.
And if it pops or splashes or whatever, at least you got a certain amount of that pie wedge to hit. And then if you go one more out, I forget what it is, 18 or 16 or something on one side. Then your pie wedge is even bigger. So you're betting like a slice of the roulette wheel for that ball to pop in there.
If you like blackjack, I bet you like flip 7.
Yeah. Yeah. It's such a good game.
It is.
So yeah, that's fun. That sounds like you had a other than that one shite experience.
Yeah, that one person in that experience. Otherwise, it was a great con. Yeah.
That's cool.
All right, so I do want to talk about in our description on our show, this show, I put in 2 links for Canvas Critters. Oh yeah.
You want to do that first?
We'll jump into that. Yeah, go ahead. Let's do the Luca painting. That's what everyone's here for anyway.
Before more people leave because of our rants and our
that's why everybody's here anyway. And then after that, they can all run away.
Mm-hmm.
They're here for list and Luca paintings, and we're just sitting here ranting about our experiences at cons. Nobody cares. You know that's the case because everybody just stops talking in the chat room.
They want the Luca paintings. I get it.
Yes, let's do Luca. Everybody, come back to us. Sorry for complaining.
That's like whenever I do slot machines, I won't play a slot machine at a casino that puts whatever you have on a card, and then you play with your card. I will only do slot machines if they give you a ticket. Yeah, I want to print up the ticket, so I'll put in $20. As soon as it goes up, I'll print the ticket, put it in one pocket, and put it in another,
so that you never lose what you. Correct. That's what I did. Yeah, that's why I got this.
Yeah, that's the only way I'll play slot machines.
I saw someone say something about obsession, like gambling obsession. I always go with okay, I'm going to lose $40, $60, something like that, to have fun with this game, however long that is. And then once that's gone, that's gone.
Gone. Mm-hmm.
And my game to myself is how long can I keep that going?
Mm-hmm.
And then if it goes up, awesome. Cash out, walk away, you got some money. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But the instant that you push past that rule, that's when you're in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Agreed. I do the same thing.
Some people have problems with that, and obviously, you should self-monitor that. But yeah.
Agreed.
Oh, that sucks. Oh,
yeah, that's never good.
That's too bad.
That's not good.
I hope it wasn't a lot.
Yeah. 25 cents.
Yeah.
Okay. So, for tonight's edition of Luca Painting, if you're watching this for the first time, first, thanks for being here. Luca is my 3.5-year-old. He's been watercolor painting on canvas for 2.5 years. His brother Mika, who is younger, a little over 2, has now also been painting, and it was 100. Oh man. So these are from today, and tonight's going to be a twofer. You get a twofer.
Nice. Awesome.
So not only do I want to know, and what we do is we look at it with the lens of like a Rorschach test to see what you see in the painting, and I know what one is. But tonight, in addition, is going to be who made the painting. What was it, a Mika painting or is it a Luca painting? And they're both done today. Today is June 30th.
Yep.
So there's one, and there's the other. Come on, there you go. And I'm going to show you one first, and then you can rip it apart, and then I'll show you the other one, and then you
Not
tell me
rip
what
it
I'm saying.
apart, but say what you see. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
All right.
yeah. Okay.
Even if you're not watching this live, I'd love to see in comments. Tell us what you
Sure.
think.
Yeah. And then later on, when Luke is looking back at all these, we got you. We got you, Sam. All right. Here's number one. You ready?
Yep.
Okay.
Ooh, I like the color. All right. Are we guessing who's doing this, or are we just talking about what we see first?
You can do just what you see first, and then I'll put them side by side, and you can tell me what you think.
All right. What's everybody see on there? You keep getting too close, and then it goes blurry. All right.
No,
I know what I
was,
see.
It was blurry paint.
Alicia says it's Mushu. I also saw a dragon type. I didn't think Mushu, but yeah, Mushu would be basically the long red dragon. Yeah. Sad Cobra. Sad Cobra is sad. Tapeworm. Oh.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Snake at first. Yep. Red snake. I see like I saw the dragon shape and all, but the head kind of looks like Falcor. Look at more like a dog head looking down. So
Okay.
I thought kind of more like a weird red Falcor dragon. I can't spell Muchu.
Mushu. Yeah, Mushu's a good one.
Red dragon.
Right, with the tail. Maybe you can add a little bit of yellow and blue on it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's easily a dragon snake kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what that one is?
I
Wait,
can't
don't
tell
answer
you
it.
because that would give you it
Yeah,
away.
don't answer that. Yeah, that would. Yeah. All right,
Right.
so let's see the other one.
That was one. Here's the other one.
Okay. Oh, okay. It's gonna be hard telling which one did what. Huh. Ooh, that one's kind of cool, actually.
Yeah.
I know what I see. Let's see what comments think on it and stuff. That almost looks like a logo or something.
Yep,
Like you could see that as like a logo, right?
for sure.
Or if it was like vectorized with like the streaks and stuff like that. Sonic the Hedgehog. Oh my
That's
god,
a good
that's an
one.
amazing idea. 'Cause, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's amazing. That's not what I was thinking, but yeah, that's really good. Upside down blue spider monkey. Why? He just wants you to turn it. Oh, no, I can see it. Alicia says surf wave tunnel. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Earth from below Antarctica. Oh, because of the white in the middle. Yeah.
Yeah, like the South Pole.
Getting creative there, Nix. I see a side profile Aang. Oh, I could see that.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Looks a little more skeletal to me, but yeah, I can see that. I'm surprised nobody said anything that I was thinking of. Blue chameleon. Tiny pole and a drunken knight. I was seeing a fish chasing a smaller fish, like he just turned. And so that's the swirl of the water.
Okay. Stargate portal.
Stargate portal. Yep. All right. So now we get to guess who's done what.
Those are good.
So let's just ask either Luca or Mika which. Let's put which one is number one, which one is number two, and then you write Luca 1, Luca 2, Mika 1, Mika 2, whichever.
That was the first one I showed, so I'll make that one number one.
All right.
And then that's the second one I showed, so I'll make that one number two.
Okay. I'm gonna say Luca was number one, Mika number two. and I'll explain my reasons for that after a couple people do their vote too. We're not doing red and blue. We're doing one or two.
Same thing, one or two. I got it.
I know. It's just funny that I gave those instructions and then he goes red and blue.
Wow, look at that, huh?
Luca won. I don't know. Yep, Luca won. Luca won. I think we're all in agreement.
You're all in agreement. Luca won, Mika too.
Devin legendary Pokemon from side to side. Yeah, I could see that.
Huh.
The reason why I think Luca won is because there's more dips into the paint. Like, okay, I put some red here, I'm running out, go back for more red, come back. Whereas blue went, this is all you get, this, and I'm out, kind of thing.
Which is funny because it actually didn't happen.
Oh, okay. Well, then maybe I'm right by accident or wrong because I deserve to be wrong.
Well, they use two different brushes. One's a thicker brush, one's a thinner brush, and sometimes I'll change it up so there's more of one color because they'll do it with a fat brush instead.
Okay. All right.
But they both have the same, if you look, they have the same my brush is running out strokes, right? Like that.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I'm still going to stick with Luca 1, Mika 2.
Okay. Well, I'm going to throw you a curveball.
But does that mean we're all wrong?
I'm not saying anything yet. I'm just going to throw you a curveball. So back on, it was almost a little over a year ago. Back on June 10th of 2024, I showed this one on the show, and this was made in May of 2024 by Luca.
Oh yeah. Ooh, I like that one.
This is gonna be a tattoo, like 100%. I keep this one on top of the pile because I love it.
Did we do that one on the show?
I literally just showed it to you.
We did. Wow. It's been a while.
But I want you to see this.
Wow. Okay, so that is Mika.
How cool are those two?
Those are pretty cool.
Right? Like, those are ridiculous.
If those were giant, that would be like something you could put in a museum. People would be like, "Oh."
I love these. However,
by the way, the red one that you're showing right there, I see a Volkswagen Beetle in the rain.
Yeah, okay.
Like the red below it is its distorted reflection. Anyway, go ahead.
For me, this is something that Sabine would have painted on the inside of the ship.
Oh yeah.
Right, like something before the Phoenix image, right? Because it was more like this. So, that said, these are the two for tonight. This one is unbelievable in stroke and circle and right.
Mm-hmm.
And if you think about it, this was a year ago for Luca.
Yeah.
And this was today by Mika.
Yeah, Mika. Awesome. That's cool.
Right? So, I mean, the amount of the parallel between when he made this one, which was a year ago, and this one, which is, a year, like this is now what Luca was a year ago. So, yeah, you guys nailed it. And this is Luca's. This is also, you're all wrong, by the way. I was told by the artist, this is a mud trail. Don't argue. It's a mud trail.
A mud trail.
Huh?
What?
It's like a dirt bike trail, I would assume, right? Like something.
Are you taking him dirt biking?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
Hey, Matt.
Hey, Matty P. Yeah, so that's. I also saw a dragon. I was geared into Mushu, but definitely it was a dragon, a blood trail. Yeah. And then this just looks like a drake, like tucked in wings, ready to pounce down or something. Like that's what I saw on this one. Yep. Yeah, Luca definitely likes to troll you guys. Yeah, so you guys overwhelmingly got it right. Matt, I know you just got here, but these are the two. I did a double today. One was done by Mika, one was done by Luca today, June 30th. And the chat overwhelmingly guessed correctly, with this being Luca's and this being Mika's.
Put them together, and it's reminding me that Superman's coming out soon.
Yeah, right? You got 3 huge movies in a short amount of time, right? The new Jurassic Park, Superman, and
We all said that, Matt. Mushu.
Yep, it definitely is Mushu.
We agree.
Yeah, sure.
What were the 3 movies you said big coming out?
The new Jurassic Park's coming out.
Oh, right. Is that big?
Yeah, looks awesome.
You're gonna watch that?
Hell yeah.
All right.
Superman, and then what's the third biggie? It's geek related. Not a Marvel. I know Ironheart just came out. What's the
Yeah, I hadn't seen Ironheart yet because I was at the convention. Oh, Fantastic Four.
Oh, right. There it is. That looks amazing.
I hope that's really good. I mean, it's got a lot of people involved that I'm gonna like and stuff, but yeah, I hope that's gonna be really good. I already kind of know how it ends.
Well, I mean, they're gonna lose their world, right? They have to.
We'll see.
They have to.
The best of the 3. You're more excited about Fantastic Four than Superman. I get that vibe from most people. I think I'm 50-50 right now just because I'm being Fantastic Four keeps showing up in theaters and not doing great, so I'm keeping my expectations real low.
Yeah.
And hopefully they'll be blown away, right?
Quite literally.
So we'll see. Yeah. Well, MCU usually does that, So, for me anyway.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I mean, it's got a lot on its shoulders right now because it's leaning into Doomsday. It's leading into Secret Wars. Like, it's going to have a lot of stuff now. So,
yeah. Cool.
Yeah,
that was a good look at me. All right, so before we do our top 5, looks small enough. Oh yeah. Well, he can shrink down if he wants. Yeah, keeping my expectations in check.
Yeah. Same.
Yeah, this is the thing where DC has just stomped on all my expectations for so long that I'm not even trying to hope that it's great. But
it's gone now, right? Like, he's done so well with what he's touched.
Normally, but I was extremely disappointed by Guardians 3.
Oh, I liked it. It was so
I
great.
just liked it so much. The animal torture stuff in it was just so dark for no reason, and the bad guy was just boring and twisted for no reason. So, like, there was just nothing to the bad guy. There were weird. This isn't we're not supposed to be talking about movies, but there were weird choices in that and stuff. It's like at one point he wants Groot to use his wings, so they take away Star-Lord's signature jet boots and helmet and weapons and everything. So he's just some dude. He's just some dude that's there with Groot, and it's meh. Anyway.
Yeah. I'm excited. I think it's going to be. Yeah. Hopefully, it'll be the start of something new and good. So.
Yeah, I do like Cavill. I like him as an actor, and just as a person when I see him in interviews and stuff like that. And I think he was even a good choice visually as Superman. But what they did with him was so bad with Superman that I'm glad they're kind of rebooting the whole thing. So. And I've seen the guy that I don't know his name, but he has a weird last name. But the guy who's playing the new Superman, and he's so just really nice, charming guy on camera. So that's cool.
It's like Cornsworth or something, right?
Yeah, Corn Sweat.
There it is.
Something like that.
Yeah. We'll see.
Yeah. Corn Sweat. Yeah. Oof, that's an awful last name. Says the person with a verb for a last name. All right, so before we get into the list and stuff, I wanted to talk about the Canvas Critters, just because we talked about it a little bit, but we haven't really talked about what the game is and how it plays and stuff, right? So I thought we could show the follow page first, because you also have some stuff on there that I didn't know you could put.
Oh yeah, I mean, Kickstarter's kind of done some upgrades, right? You have almost like a preview page. It's not just a coming soon with a follow notify me button. It's actually got some stuff that you can throw in there now.
Yeah, this is pretty cool, actually. I didn't know that you could add more stuff to it,
Mm-hmm.
which is something that GameFounds had for a while and stuff. So that's really cool.
Yep.
So is this the same? This isn't the same Fox as Lucas Fox, is it?
No, it's different. But the Fox Animeeple that's in the game is the same shape that's on the shoulder of the QSCon jerseys that I have with the 5th anniversary on it. It's the same shape, little Easter egg.
We know these people.
Yeah, yep. That was back in April. That's Dai's right hand, Dave's I think blurry head. Yeah, and they're right in the beginning of selecting the meeples for their piece, the mosaic that they're making. That's the sticker sheet that you get if you do one of those things and submit it.
Nice.
If you back any physical copy of the game on the campaign and you submit one of the digital mosaics, you get that sticker sheet for free.
We do not have those yet. We're waiting a while to build them up, right?
Yeah, we're gonna put it all. We decided to shift a little bit and pool it all together. We'll have more as the campaign approaches. So,
I mean, this one's already pretty awesome.
it's pretty good.
And yeah, so the link for this to go follow, I better start seeing those numbers go up. I know how many people are watching. Don't forget it. Yeah, don't give us the likes this time. Go do the following if you're not following already. But also the links in the description here. But we also have a link to this thing we showed before. But I mean, it's still really fun to. I love the usability of this whole thing.
All right, so here's something we're gonna do. You ready?
Yeah. Oh, how do you flip it?
F.
Is there a flip? There's a flip, right?
F. Just hit the letter F like you would normally.
Ah.
All right. So you're gonna play around, and then I'm gonna talk about a couple things.
Cool.
So the way the game plays is everyone's going to play. They're going to make a mosaic with those physical pieces based on a theme, and the cards look like this. They have 5 options on it. You're going to hand the deck to the curator for the round. The curator is going to pull the top card of the deck, and then based on that, those 5 options, that curator is going to pick a theme that everyone will make a mosaic in. And they want to make a mosaic that best represents that theme. And then at the end, you're going to vote on who you think did the best after you give it a title and so on. So you're going to have to give this a title as well, by the way.
I have to give this a title? Whatever I'm doing?
No. I'm going to give you a theme and you're going to make one.
Oh, okay. I already started on something. I don't know.
I'm shuffling and I'm going to draw the top card. Okay. All right, so I want you to do. That's too easy.
But now you're editing?
You'll have fun with it. Ready? Ghost.
Okay, but I got to finish my little face here first.
Okay.
Because I'm having fun.
Just make sure you save it and submit it.
What? No, I'm not submitting this.
Yeah, you are.
What? How do you get rid of it? Just delete or delete. It's very intuitive. Just dragging stuff. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, DeVito did a great job with it.
DeVito made this?
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a great
job.
Now
in the real game, there are certain ones of those, like the flamingo, there are only 5 bits of it, and all the others there's only 12. I
Yeah,
forget
so
what
I'm
else is
still
only have
not.
5. Like there's 12 fox. I think there's only 5 snake. There's 5 flamingo. 5 rhinos, I believe, is another one that only has 5. So some of them they're all limited. Some of them more limiting than the others. But in this, you can put whatever you want.
I don't know what to do with the elephant. Let me get rid of the elephant. What if I put like little horns on him? Oh well. All right. So sorry. Let me. How do I clear it?
Definitely a
Ooh.
self portrait.
Oh, that's hard to see.
There you go.
Too white. How do I clear it? Oh, just delete. Okay. So you said ghost,
Yep.
and I'm supposed to make a ghost like thing.
Anything in that theme. So it doesn't necessarily have to be a ghost, right? It could be a Halloween theme. It could be. I mean, it's pretty obvious. You're gonna do. All right. How about this? Do sword. Make a sword
Wait. Why are you taking ghost away?
because you can make a sword, not just a ghost.
Sword's too easy. You just do a bunch of straight
So is a
stuff.
ghost. So
So
anyway,
okay.
so all
Yeah.
of those pieces, there's 108 pieces in the center of the table. And once the theme is picked, everyone with one hand and one at a time will take pieces from the center to their board. You can manipulate with both hands, and the pieces are never locked, so you can put stuff back if you don't like it. You can switch things around as you get new pieces. But the idea is everyone's going to make a mosaic based on the selected theme. Take my breath away. um, so, and then once you think you have to have a minimum of 7 pieces. And whenever you feel like you're done, if the timer hasn't been flipped over yet, you can grab the timer and flip it over. That gives everybody 1 minute to finish their mosaic. And then when the timer runs out or everyone has finished their mosaic, everyone will then turn their mosaic to face everybody else, so everyone has a point of view, like they're all looking at it from bottom to top. And then everybody that made a mosaic, well, everyone will then give their mosaic a title, so everyone has an idea of what the hell you were actually making. And it could be as simple as like the theme right now is sword. Chris could just literally call it sword. Hopefully he's a little more creative than that.
Nope. Not more creative at all. What did you say was the um, the number, the full number that you get
The
of
what?
things? The full number of things?
The
Like how
full
many things? Yeah, how many things are in the?
game?
Yeah, like
Man, you really can't.
how
You
many
can't
shark
do
fins?
2 things at once, can you?
No, how many
It's
shark
really.
fins?
I think there's 12.
Okay, that's what you said. So that
Yeah,
was
I think the elephants, the snakes, the flamingos, the rhinos, and the octopus are 5 each, I believe, and then everything else is 12 each. It's an octopus, Evan.
I don't even need to look at what he said.
If you notice, they get smaller. The other 2, like there's 6, and then the 2 are on the backside. Think of 3D. It's an octopus. The purple is an octopus.
Yeah, this.
Yeah, octopus should
Yeah,
have 8 legs, but it's
the legs are on the other side.
there's a backside. Correct.
It's a hexapus.
Sure, that's a new creature. Your sword is bending to the right.
Yeah, it's curved.
Like a scimitar.
Yeah,
Nice.
that's what I'm
So
gonna call
yeah,
it. Scimitar.
if you look at the top of that canvas that he's playing around with, the animeeples in the game, those are the ones that are in the base game, and then we have 3 more that will be revealed on the Kickstarter, exclusive pieces that are either Kickstarter exclusive or that you can get from us, either on the website or at the booth. Yeah.
Great.
Yeah. Was it better than watching us eat the shit snacks from last week?
Oh, yeah. If you weren't here for last episode,
Oof.
that was fun.
Some of those were brutal.
So there's my sword.
Okay, so now that it took 5 minutes for you to make that, you would then take your canvas and face it towards everybody, and then starting with the curator and going around the table, you would give your canvas a title. So what is the title of your piece?
Curve to the left.
My God, well, it's to the right, but whatever.
Depends on which way you're looking at it.
Uh-huh.
When I'm coming at you with it,
I hope you never say that again ever.
uh,
All right, so then once everybody names it, everyone has a set of ribbons. They're first place, second place, third place. And it's 3 points, 2 point, 1 point, right? 3 points being the first place. And then everyone has a special ribbon that's 5 points. It's a golden ribbon. You must give out the 5-point ribbon at some point in the game. If you don't, you'll actually lose points because you're being too greedy. So at some point, you really like an image, you have to give out that 5 along with one of your other 3. So you could potentially give out 8 points in one round if someone really just knocked it out of the park, right?
nice.
You give the ribbons face down so no one knows in the round who's winning or who's doing better. So you might get 4 or 5 ribbons face down, but they might all be 1s. And I might have 2 ribbons face down, but they're the 3s. So in game, you don't know who's winning or who's got what for that round. And once all the ribbons are handed out, you'll flip them over. The bottom of the box, which is not going to be represented in the videos that you're going to see from some of the content creators or any of the photos that I posted, but the bottom of the box is going to have the score track in it. It looks like a mosaic kind of floor, like those wood mosaic kind of parlor floors with the score track built in. And then around the bottom of the box, like the outside, well, the inside walls of the bottom box is going to look like a gallery. So there'll be pictures on it to make it look like as you're getting your score and you're moving around the scoreboard, it looks like you're walking around a gallery looking at pictures. And then you flip over your ribbons, you get your points. Once everyone gets their points, you make sure you give back the ribbons or make sure you have a set of ribbons. The deck goes to the next player. The next player picks up. You wipe your board. Everything goes back to the center. And then the next picture theme will be bedroom. And now you make a mosaic based on bedroom, or you make a mosaic based on space. Depending on the number of players, you go around once or twice. 2 to 4 players, you do twice each. 5 and 6 players, you do once each. The game plays 2 to 6 players. And then at the end, whoever has the most points is the Gallery Grove's best mosaic artist.
I got the giraffe thing, whatever that is.
That's pretty good because one of the other things on that card is shield.
There you go.
So yeah, that's the game.
What happens when you grab something someone else wants?
It's first to get it.
Well, okay. Can you
So
just grab? You can only grab one at a time, right?
One hand, one at a time. Yes.
The Winston one.
Oh yeah, I should. I can't because I'm using my phone as my thing. I mean, I guess I could go into. Where did you post it? Did you send it to me? Is it on Discord, Eric?
Send it to him on Discord, and we'll pop it up.
Or put it in the Discord full 42 chat, and then Chris can just pop it up.
Yeah, either way.
Yeah, so that's kind of what the ribbons look like, actually, the back. I mean,
yeah, that's what I was making. I was looking at the bunny ribbon right here.
Yep. So the backs of them all have that, and then the fronts have the red, white, or blue with the colors and the points. That is Bianca. That is the curator of Gallery Grove. There will be a photo op at Gen Con with Bianca.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Like how tall does Bianca get?
like full bodysuit
Wow.
mascot shape.
Oh,
Like,
is someone going to be wearing an outfit?
yeah,
Are you going to be wearing an outfit?
I am not.
Oh, please be wearing an outfit.
That
I got
is
to
not
talk to DeVito.
that is not happening.
Got to talk to DeVito.
No, we
It's
have
got to
somebody
happen.
helping. Nope, we have somebody helping us out. that will be doing that. Not us.
It
Not me.
so needs to happen.
Not gonna happen.
There you go.
There you go. So one of the games that we have coming out, Eminem. One of the games that we have coming out, signed by Eric and Nick from Kibi Games, called Relative Space. One of the characters, there's two characters in the game. One is Winston the dog, and one is Bobo the monkey. And Eric made a Winston mosaic using what you just saw Chris use.
Yeah, I
Looks a
gotta
little bit
say
better
this
than
is
that.
really fun to play. The link to do this, by the way, is in the description channel here. So
It is
go
fun.
do it. It's fun.
Yeah. So on Monday, this coming Monday, Ruel, if you don't know Ruel, Ruel is amazing. He's on the West Coast. He is going live on his show. I'm not sure what time, and I should have the link to share.
Is that
But
Twitch?
he'll go on. Yeah, he uses Twitch, and he'll be playing this live on Monday, and you could play along. If you're watching anyone do this and you open up that thing, you can make a mosaic based on the theme that they have selected for that round and then submit it while you're doing it. And then to go back to what I think Brandon had asked, the campaign launches July 8th. And throughout the campaign, we are going to have the mosaic contest, but we're going to have the mosaic contest together rather than having it separate. Initially, it was leading off with Cardboard Alchemy, and we were going to do a week of that and pick a winner. And then we were holding back the other two that are involved. But I'll say it now because I don't care. The three publishers that are in on this are Cardboard Alchemy, KTBG, and Burnt Island, and Stonemaier Games. And throughout the campaign, you're going to see more posts about doing that, what Chris just did, in those three different catalogs and submitting your favorite. So any of the spans, any of the KTBG, like Maple Valley and those critters that are in those games.
Hall of the Mountain King.
Yep, Hall of the Mountain King from Burnt Island. Anything
So-
you wanted to, like a sea thing for Endeavor. Any of those are on board. And then we're gonna have I'll say it now. We're gonna have a special recorded video to show on a later full 42. Jamie Stegmeyer is going to do a recording with us and pick his favorite that are submitted in his catalog. So if you're doing anything wingspan, finspan, wormspan, apiary, euphoria, if there's like you want to do a cool blimp or something, anything from Scythe, if you wanted to do a mech or you wanted to do one of the character, like the not familiars, but the animals that each of the characters had, or the faction symbols. Jamie's going to pick his 10 favorite, and we're going to get with him and record a video of him dropping down his top 10 from that selection as well. And then we're going to get together with Helena in July, and Helena from KTBG and Burnt Island. Helena is going to go through the top 10 of her catalog for her games, and then we're going to hopefully bring Peter back on and do the same thing for all the Cardboard Alchemy ones that were collected. So instead of keeping it all secret, I think it was still secret until I just said something. But that's the plan anyway.
I couldn't. I didn't feel like I should be able to put something in for Cardboard Alchemy. But that doesn't mean I can't put stuff in for other publishers, right?
Well, why couldn't you though?
Doesn't feel right. A person from Cardboard Alchemy being Peter would be like, "Oh, that's the one Chris did. I'm not voting for that anyway."
Well, yeah, you'd just be screwing yourself, but you should still do it.
Right.
So Peter can make fun of you on the show. That's the way to do it.
I'm gonna do one of Peter.
Perfect. Do it.
And then he'll have to say no to himself.
That's true. Yeah, so that's the
Uh,
plan. I mean, I'm excited. I mean, I love it. I think it's a lot of fun. The Tantrum House folks did a live playthrough on Thursday. That's
Oh.
up on YouTube. They played a 5-player game. They had some really, really cool mosaics that they made. I think my favorite was the topic was fantasy, and Will made I forgot what he called it. I think it was just a dark elf, but he did kind of what you did with that face thing, and he gave it horns, and the color way was really good. And then a couple of the others had made like an adventurer with a sword. They look really cool, and they had a blast doing it. So if you don't know the Tantrum House folks, Kevin and Will and Sarah, and they're just great people, and they got together around the table um and played that thing for it was about a half an hour through the game, right? So go check them out. They're up on YouTube.
That's cool. I should have put them in the description. So I'll try to remember to do that after the show for people who aren't watching live. I started making my turn it into more of a whip.
It's like
Okay.
Venestra's. Make it purple. It's like
Yeah.
Venestra's lightsaber.
Well, I can't change it to purple now. T3.
So yeah, that's July 8th. That's exciting. I'm excited.
Yeah, let's not get me fired just so I can participate.
Let's not do that. There's the box.
Oh, nice.
Mhm.
That's a good size box too.
Yeah, the back and the front are the same, but it's
For
like
now.
what is this? I think this is code names.
Codename size. Cool.
Yeah, this is a code name size box for the
Oh, that's funny.
Did
you just paste the art on top?
It was
Oh, wow.
it was just a piece of paper taped.
Huh, I've never seen someone do that before. Oh, I can see it on the side there. Yeah.
Yeah, you see. Well, this is folded over, but
okay.
this is taped.
Huh.
Yeah. So yeah, there's those 4 characters, Bianca being the whatever, the curator. Then there's Oates the husky, Paul the deer. They all have names. That's Paul. Maybe
Fun.
I can do that. Maybe I can do this.
Maybe.
That's Paul.
His wife.
That's Oates. And then you have Riley, the cat, Cisco, the blue jay, Luca, the fox, and then the only one that's not here is Bertram. Bertram's the frog. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bertram's the frog, a green frog, and then Bianca, obviously.
Cool.
Yeah, they all have names. They're all gonna have a backstory.
That's gonna be fun.
It is fun.
All right. So should we give the people the list they came for?
Yeah, we could, or we could just talk about other stuff and never give the list.
But I have my list.
You took so much time to do.
I have all 6 things for my list.
Great, 6. That's good.
Yeah, I had the 5, and then if you step on one, then I got a substitute.
I don't think I'm gonna step on one.
Because
I called you. So here's what I'm gonna do. You ready?
Yeah.
In no order, because I'm not doing order, but I am gonna put into the chat. Can I? Yeah, I can. I'm gonna put into the chat the 5 that I think you're gonna talk about.
Okay.
And then when we're done, you're gonna see I'm not gonna be typing anything. When I'm done, I'm gonna hit enter and see how many of them I got right.
All right.
Okay.
All right. I mean, yeah, there's enough in here that I talk about enough that you could probably guess.
Based on this year,
2017 was awesome.
Okay, I have my 5 put in.
All right, we'll see.
Oh, do you want us to wait a little longer next? We can wait. We can talk about something else.
No, we'll talk a little bit about games.
Okay.
All right, so normally when we cover games, we have some caveats, stuff like that. One of them, for me at least, is I didn't do any expansions.
Right.
There were a few expansions in this one.
There were.
Yep. I don't want to say all that, but Just trying not to give away list stuff.
Gotcha.
Trying to think of. This might be the year that I've played the most games in.
Interesting.
At least in the top 100 or something. Because when I was going through it, I was like, "Oh, play that one, play that one, play that one." It was just like, I don't know why, but
I think I'm the opposite.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Weird.
When I looked at the list and I went through especially the top of the list because I go into BGG and I'm doing it right now, and then I'll type in the year. No, do the right year. I'll do the year that it was released as a range, and then when I submit it and it gives me the list, I organize it from ranking. Whatever is highest ranked. You just click the board game rank on the left, and then it ranks it. And when I went through that list, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's not until the 10th one on that list, a game that I've learned a couple of these, right? But I never actually got them to the table and played. It's the 10th one on the list, which is ranked 88th, is the first one that I played. So in the top 100 on BGG, there are 10 games from this year. And the one that I played, I don't like.
All right.
So
that's not on your list. What is it?
It is not. It's probably not on yours either. It's Azul. I've talked about it before.
Oh, okay. It is on my list. It's not top 5.
God, I mean, it shouldn't be on your list.
I don't know why you dislike that game so much. It's my number, something like 13 or something like that.
Not a fan.
It's a good game. All right. Well, let's start. Did I start last time or did you?
I don't remember. I think I did. Well, wait. You did.
Always think you did.
You ended up doing the number 1 last, right? So backtrack it. If I did 5,
people love to watch us figure stuff
5,
out.
4, 4, 5, 4.
1 plus 2 plus 1 plus 1.
5, 5, 4, 4, 3, 3, 2, 2, 1, 1. Yeah. So I went first last time because I think you did number 1.
Okay, so I'll go first this time.
Okay.
I'm glad we figured that out.
Yep.
All right. So my number 5 is I almost said my number 6. Hold on, let me separate that so I don't make that mistake again.
What we should do is play a game of Flamecraft Duels, and the loser has to go first.
Role player, and then
That's good. Duels is a little quicker than role player. Role player can.
I kind of want to pull up. Nah, I won't do that. Yeah, I will do that because we always pull up the game, so I forgot to do that here. So I'll type it in.
We always pull up the games.
Yeah. Well, I didn't have it ready, did I?
No, because you were ranking them when we signed on to the show.
Right. But okay.
Whatever.
All right. My number 5 is not being shared. Why not? Sorry.
Because I'm still looking at your sword.
There we go. Ethnos. So Ethnos, and it's this version because I haven't played the new version with the new artwork, and I kind of don't want to. I like the old artwork. I don't know why people dislike the artwork. The artwork's actually really good. The only thing that's bad, and not bad, but the only thing that looked like they didn't really do a lot of work on is the map. Yeah. See, the map looks very kind of basic, right? That could be improved or something. I don't think they needed to redo the entire theme and all that.
Right.
But Ethnos is like, oh my God, somebody making up their own stuff. Ethnos is basically, these pictures are so bad. It's basically kind of like I don't know, maybe the next step above Ticket to Ride level weight. Would you say that?
Yeah.
You played this one before, right?
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, you're on your turn, you're taking a card or you're playing a set of cards. That's all you're doing.
Yep.
And so, and then when you play a set of cards, your set of cards either has to be all the same color or all the same race. So you got different races. You got halflings, and I forget what the birds are called. Althea, or something like that. But minotaurs and wizards and elves and all that fantasy stuff. And so every time you put out, or most of the time, whenever you put out a group of things, you get to put down one of your little icons on this little stack here, and it's area control in the middle part. So, right. But putting down the groups, you get points for how big those groups are as well. But each different race has special abilities on those, and it every time you play, whoever's on top, whatever race is on top. Like if you put the wizard on top with a bunch of red cards, the wizard, I think he gets to draw more cards. Like you get more cards back or something. It's really good. It's light, but it's also it's got some meat to it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a good one. The new edition got a facelift. I haven't necessarily heard great things about it. I think the old one, this one, other than it being a little drab on the map, is still, from what I understand, is better. But
yeah, I mean, I haven't heard anything about it actually. Maybe it's great, but who knows? Yeah. Mm. This artwork is decent. It's fine. I don't know what the issue was.
Different company. They wanted to publish it. They didn't want to publish the same thing. Any reason?
Yeah, little plastic pieces. Those are fun. Yeah, they stack.
Which I don't think is in the new one.
Oh, really?
I don't know. I have to go look. I have it in the other room. I haven't looked at it.
So, yeah, people complain about the artwork on this one, but it's really just the map, and other than that, it's a great game.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of want to pull this out instead of taking the ride all the time now. Whenever it's that time of night and everybody's like, let's just play something, kind of easy on the brain. We've been burning our brain too much. It's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so what's your number 5? All right, you don't have some kind of order, right? It's just rando 5 ones.
It's just rando. I'm just going to point at my list and talk about that one.
I mean, you've done that before.
What? Never.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about. My pen's not working. What the hell is my pen doing? All right.
I've been trying to fight a sneeze for like 10 minutes.
You trying to what?
I should have just sneezed, but I've been trying to fight a sneeze for like 10 minutes. And my eyes got all watery and red.
That'll be great watching you fight that for the next 10. Yeah, so I'm going to this one is in the same realm of brain matter needed to play. Really quick, really easy, either as a filler or as an intro or as a late night, like just palate cleanser. Super small deck of cards. Game ends when there's 10 in the discard pile. Fantasy Realms.
What is that? See, I told you it was going to be stuff I didn't know.
Come on, this was like nominated for the Spiel. Like they did Marvel Remix is based on this game.
Oh, I remember this awful cover.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so there's it's basically what the mechanism, the card mechanism in Red Rising. This obviously came out before. That is not part of the game. I don't know what that is. Or those are part of the expansion. Nope. I mean, that's it, but that's... Yeah, you could do that. Yep. So you have a hand of cards. Your cards score based on certain requirements. You want more reds. You want reds with blues. You want orange. You want to have at least a pink. You want to have certain things that the cards are telling you that will interact with. Other cards will blank other cards. Other cards will be negative if with other cards. And you're given a hand of cards, and you need to make that hand of cards get as many points as you can. The scoreboard, the score pad will have you pick a card and write down what that score is for that card. And then you pick another card and write what that is for that card. And on your turn, you either draw from the deck and discard a card from your hand, which can be the card you just drew, or pick up a card from the discard pile and discard a card from your hand. And the game literally ends when there are 10 cards in the discard pile. So if you're picking from the deck, you're racing the game. If you're picking from the discard, you're prolonging the game. And that's it. You're making these cards count. Like if you could zoom in on one of those, any of them, where you can read the thing. Bonus, cool. Plus 15 with any one wizard. Notice wizard is in pink. So if you have a wizard, that card gets plus 15. And if you look in the upper left of Bell Tower, that's how many points that card is. So that card is worth 8 points. If you picked that card, which is a land, if you pick that card to score, it's scoring 8 points. But if you have a wizard, then that score is plus 15. And you literally, like, you show that you're going to put out all your cards. So you show that you have a wizard. Cool. The Bell Tower is now 23 points. And then you go to your beast. Huh?
Is Marvel Remix based off of this?
Same thing. Yep.
Okay. Well, I played Remix. I like Remix.
Yep.
Yeah.
Same thing. So Remix, you have to have a villain and you have to have a hero and you have to have whatever. But the same thing, how certain things react with each other. That's bonus 28 if it's with a swamp. So do you have a swamp? Cool. That's a plus 28. The game's so simple. It's shuffle and redeal. There's an expansion that adds relics or tomes. I forget what they're called. Which is also one of those things where it's just play with it. It's not hard to wrap your head around it. But that artifact is another 15 points because they have a leader. And then 40 if you have a leader and the sword. So like it's just that kind of game. And it's clean. It's very clean. It's very easy to play. I gravitate towards Marvel Remix better because of the theme. But if not for this game, Remix wouldn't exist, right? Right. And this game's it's sleek. It's a good game.
Yeah, I like Remix.
Definitely one of my favorites from this year. You'll like Remix because of the theme, right? Because of it being Marvel. But if you like the gameplay and that puzzle of trying to make like your hand, you might get a card that lets you have an extra card. But otherwise, the hand that you're dealt, there's points there. You can literally just deal out, turn them over, try and get as many points as you can. But you have X amount of rounds to make it count, right? Get rid of this. Let me get the thing. It's really good.
Very cool.
Yep. So if you haven't played it, I highly recommend Fantasy Realms as my number 5.
All right. How about your number 4?
Okay. So this goes against a lot of who I am as a person.
Azul.
Azul is not on my list. I'll put Azul on my bottom 5 from this year. The sword and shield that's a great combo if you can get it. So, I do not like word games. I'm not good at them. I just sometimes I just get in my own head and I feel really stupid that I can't come up with a 3-letter word that starts with C. But Wordsy,
kite.
Yeah. 3-letter word that begins with key. I failed on both of those with the word kite. The game Wordsy is just redone by All Play. That's the new version from All Play. It originally it's Gil Hova. It was Formal Ferret Games. Stay there for a second. It's tasking you to make words based on those letters that are there. Okay, and you can make any words you want. There's no restrictions on the word. You just come up with a word. Every letter that's in your word, and you can only use the letters once. So if there's 2 S's, cool, you can score both S's if there's 2 in your word. Every letter that's in your word, you'll score based on what column it's in, right? So if I do school, I got the S, the C, and the L, right? So I would score 12 points for the word school. If I can do something with the Q, that Q, if you notice, has a +2 in the upper left, and the F has a +1 in the upper left. That means it's an additional point based on where it is in the columns, right? So I can do Q, then I would get 6 points for the Q. I'll get 4 points for the F. And then you come up with a word. You reveal. You have a certain timer. Or you have a timer. When you write your word, you can be the person. Yeah, but see, Sassafras will work, but you're only scoring the S and the F. You can't score the S multiple times. You can only score once. If there were multiple S's, and there can only be 2 of each green letter, you can't have 3 of the green letter. And you can't have more than 2 red and 2 blue in the.
Is quaffle a word?
What is it?
Quaffle.
So that's
like waffle, but with a QU over it.
Right. If you said quaffle and we were like, you're out of your mind, we can actually call you on it and you might get a penalty. There are penalties if you don't spell it correctly or if it's just not a word, you'll actually get penalties in this game. So it's not about being creative and trying to get your biggest score for Scrabble letters and making sure it's right. It's just come up with a word and however many you can get out of it, like blindfold, we'll get or blindfolds, you get the BLFS. So you get one of each. Yeah, bluffs, cabbage could work. But again, you're only getting the C, the B, and the G.
The quaffle is one of the words in Quidditch, or one of the balls in Quidditch.
Oh, all right. So no proper nouns, no places. It has to basically you're just doing English, no foreign language. There are a couple rules in what you can come up with. Anyway, go back a picture. Cool. So there's your score track. So for round one, you're going to write your word. If you happen to do the same word as somebody else the same round, you're fine. You can't repeat a word that was already done. So you'll hear everybody's and you can't use their words, right? Then you'll score. If you're the person to grab the timer and you have the highest score that round, you get the timer bonus. If you didn't, you beat the person that grabbed the timer, you get the other bonus. So there's a little bit of a bonus in a play with the timer. If you grab the timer this round, you can't grab the timer next round. So it's actually like the smartest person at the table can't just keep rushing the game, right? At the end of the round, now go back to the other picture.
I was looking up what somnambulant was. So I didn't hear what you said.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm sure the other people did.
Yep, go to the. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to everyone else.
Something about sleepwalkers.
At the end of the round, the 4 letters in the 2 and the 3 columns will go away. The 4 and the 5-point columns will move to the right, and 4 more letters will come out. So now those letters that are on the left stick around, and in your head while you're waiting, you can think of words that sit in those 4. And then when they move over, introduce the 4 new letters, and now you have the next 8 you're doing, right? And then round 2, you're doing those letters, and then the 2 and 3 points will go away, 5 and 4 will slide down. Now go back to the score. At the end of the 7 rounds, your 2 lowest scores go away.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
So if you really had a bad round or you had a brain fart or whatever, and you got a 0 or you got a 12, whatever, the 2 lowest go away. And then you score up your 5 best, you get your bonuses. If you called somebody out or had a penalty, you minus those points, and that's it. It is my favorite word game by far. I loved it when it was with Formal Ferret. I'm glad all players got it. We played it at Origins. It's still that good.
Yeah.
It didn't change much. Yeah, it's great.
When I got it, it was at Gen Con 2017, actually. Yeah. I remember because it was whenever we came out with Troubles at Gen Con.
Right.
The second edition.
Right.
And I met Gil Hova. He's the one that was sitting at the table teaching it. And I just walked by. I didn't know who he was. He was at first. He was like, "Hey, you want to try this game?" I was like, "Sure." So Aaron and I watched this game go on, and we like word games. We're like, "Cool, we'll buy it right now." That was awesome. You know, he did one little thing. And then someone running the booth walked up and said, "This is Gil. He's the designer." I was like, "Oh, cool. Nice to meet you. A great game, you know." So I'm glad I didn't go like, "That sucks. This is stupid."
Sure. Yeah.
This is stupid right here. Yeah.
Yeah, this is stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I thought, okay, that's cool. And then the person at the booth was like, "He'll sign your copy." I was like, "Oh, okay." And I've never had anything signed before that. It's just not a thing I look for, kind of thing. But I was like, "Oh, okay." And then Gil was like, "I don't have to sign it." And she was like, "No, you real do it. Here, take it." And took it and handed it to him and like did a real forceful kind of
Jesus.
Like just wedged their way into our little, you know, we were getting along fine. And he was like, and he kind of looked at me and was like, "Sorry," and then wrote it on there. I was like, "No, it's fine." So I took it. So it's the first signed game I've ever had, but it was a really weird interaction that happened.
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, this is so the version you have, the first version I got was a
Yeah.
paper pad, right? You had a pad,
Right.
you wrote you scratch it off. Then he had an upgrade kit for a dry erase, and the all play version has dry erase boards in it. So
Oh,
really
okay.
good. And
That's
fun
good.
fact, it was about a month ago, I guess. I got a notification that somebody bought a QSCon badge on my phone, and when I opened it up, it was Gil.
Oh,
Gil
nice.
got a badge to QSCon. He's coming to QSCon this year, so
Oh, that's awesome.
yeah, I'm excited. I mean, I've seen him before. We've seen him at conventions, but
Yeah.
yeah,
it's a nice guy. I've seen him more since then, but yeah.
I cannot recommend Wordsy. I do not like word games. I'm not.
You cannot recommend it?
I do not like word games. I cannot recommend this one enough. This one is so well done.
Yeah. No, good pick. Hey, it was one I played.
Evan, I will force him to sign your copy. I will force him to sign a random game if you want. Just say, Gil, can you sign this random game for Evan? Not even his game, not one of your games, just a rando. Can you sign Uno for Evan?
That'd be funny.
Yeah.
My number 4 is Clans of Caledonia. Or Caledonia?
Caledonia.
Caledonia.
Yeah, this is one in the top 100. I have it. I hear great things about it. I set it up to play years ago, but I've never actually played through it.
So this is a great I call it an economics game, I guess.
This is ranked 73.
Yeah, it's really good.
It's really high.
It's been a real long time since I've gotten to play it because my group, even though I liked it a lot, my group, and don't listen to my group, they don't know what they're talking about. My group just didn't gel with it for whatever reason. I'm trying
Does
to.
the game? I do have to ask. Does the game have metal coins? Jesus. Did you see that?
I think it's plastic.
10 of those pictures you just passed were all about the coins.
Yeah.
Man.
I think they're plastic.
It's heavy. My copy is heavy.
Yeah. Yeah, it's weird. It's like a small box, but dense like a brick.
Yeah.
He wants that signed game of something else.
Perfect.
It's a good game. I don't think it much of so. Caledonia, you mean? Yeah. Oh, there's a fancy upgrade. Okay. I was just trying to find the board so I could explain it a little bit. But basically, you've got this board that's, landmass and stuff. And you put, this looks like white player versus red player here. You can put out different stuff like that's a bread, even though it's upside down, it looks weird. There's sheep, there's wheat, there's, different resources, basically. And one of the best parts about it is, there it is. I was trying to find this. That's what I was looking for. Is the market. So, like, you can see the different stuff there, milk and bread and cheese and stuff like that. And when you buy something, it adjusts values, and when you sell stuff, it adjusts values. So you're dealing with a living market, basically, based off of what other people are doing. So I can see, okay, you're about to do stuff with milk, and maybe I'll wait till you buy some stuff to be able to do this, and make this one go up, and I'll sell in that. Interesting stuff. It's like a weird interaction, not weird, but like an interesting interaction with people where you have to really pay attention to what everybody's doing. That's why it doesn't gel well in my group, because they like to play more like solo kind of stuff and all. But this market system right here, one of the best systems. It's why it's going to be up there. And it's really weird that it reminds me of a game called Supremacy from like the, 90s or something. Maybe not that late, but it had a very similar, but it only had 3 resources market that kind of moved up and down based off of what other people do. And I love those kind of markets. The manipulation you can do to it to just adjust stuff. Yeah. The market was pretty cool. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's a longer one. It's a longer one, and it's like a long game kind of figure stuff out. It's a brain burning one. We definitely went up in weight from Ethnos.
Yeah, just a little bit, right?
Yeah. So that's my number 4. So
Go
my
on.
number 3. There we go. And you said you hadn't played Caledonia, right? But you
No,
will. Caledonia.
I hope so.
So my number 3 is one I've talked about many, many times. And you probably have it on that list. It's Path of Light and Shadow.
Maybe.
I can't imagine you wouldn't have put it on that list.
Maybe.
Path of Light and Shadow, for those that haven't watched any of these episodes, is a deck builder. It's my favorite deck builder. And I've told John that, Gilmore. And I wish that I could have played it with him last gathering. I'll try to catch him again. But the reason why it's my favorite deck builder is because you can promote your cards. So they have it right here. So this guy, the Steadfast Conscript, is a card that you start with. It's a starter card. But you can do stuff. At the bottom, it tells you you need to pay 2 swords. So you can see he comes with 2 swords. So if you have 2 of these guys, you can discard one of them to upgrade this guy into a Steadfast Guard, which is better and has a special ability. And then you could do it again to upgrade with 6 swords. You could upgrade them to Steadfast Captain, and there's only one Steadfast Captain in the entire deck.
Mm.
And there's only a limited amount of Steadfast cards too. Every single card has this progression.
Mm.
You can do it with pretty much every single card. See, every single one, upgrade, upgrade, upgrade.
Mm. That's cool.
Yeah. So the ones that have the yellow text right here are just one card in the entire game. First person. There's different. Oh yeah, there's different types of beings in it and stuff like that. There's 4 different types of landmass. You got mountains and swamp and forest and farmland. I think the yellow one is. I can't remember. And there's a deck of cards for each one of those. And when you pull from wherever you are, you have a little mini. Wherever you are, you pull cards from that realm, and you can move around and stuff like that. But each realm, they won't let me zoom in close enough. But each realm right here tells you what types of factions are in there. So if you're going for like, oh, I'm going to be evil, I want the black factions, and let's say the yellow factions are really good at building, so I want them. I want to get most of those. You could go to like the mountains and go for the black factions and stuff like that. And you can go evil or you can go good. If you're going good, then you're trying to do a lot of that promotion stuff. If you're going evil, then you want to cull your deck. Every time you cull your deck, you just go, I'm killing this dude. Every time you do, you go down into the darkness, but then you get a really tight, cool deck. So it's really cool. You get some people that are going like, I'm going to call my deck to be like just 10 cards of awesomeness in every hand. I know what I'm getting, versus people who are just promoting it, but their deck is like this big and they'll never see those cool cards again, but they're doing good and they're way up on the light. Right.
Right.
And then the people that just go, I'm going to do both and kind of hover in the middle, they lose.
They lose.
Yeah. It's light and shadow, not gray. Gray Jedi don't win here.
It's not called the Path of Switzerland. It's called the Path of Light or Shadow, right?
Right. You really want to pick a mode and dive into it. But yeah, it's an excellent game. Best Sobel art. Some of my favorite Best Sobel art. Gorgeous stuff.
Yeah, I'm upset that we didn't get a chance to play it. I traded, I think, my 3rd or 4th copy of Troubles to Rice for his copy of Shadows.
So you're why I keep getting residuals on Troubles.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, we played it at Origins. It's a great game. Yeah, I need to play this one. It's unfortunate I haven't played this one yet.
Oh, I actually played Troubles at the con. I forgot about that.
Oh, nice.
We could play at Q's Con.
We can. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, it's a great game. This is the evil deck I was talking about too, obviously. Nodes are evil.
Is too far down on the list.
It is. It never got the recognition it should have. It came through Kickstarter, and I think it was, who did it? Was it not Stone.
No, it's Stronghold.
Stronghold. Yeah, I
Mhm.
was trying to say not Stonemaier. It's SSS.
Right, and then indie boards and cards, I think, did the expansion, right?
Yeah, I have the expansion. I haven't played it. It's just because I still love the base game that I haven't
Right.
felt the need to put it in there. Also, a little disappointed. It looks like the artwork for the expansion isn't done by Beth Sobel, but
Right.
someone who tried to match it and it didn't quite get there. Like it's still pretty good, but when you're looking at one versus the other, it's weird.
Right. Right.
Just pay the extra cost and get Beth Sobel.
Yeah, do the thing. Sure.
I assume it's extra cost. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, they did merge.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's my number 3.
That's a good
Probably
one.
on your list.
It might be. We'll reveal that at the end.
What's your number 3?
This is tough because I know what I want to talk about, but there's a really close, like the ones that I have on here are really tight. And I don't know if I want to talk about one over the other for multiple reasons. But I think if I were to, if I had the opportunity to pull these to the table, I would go for Century, but the Golem edition, not the Spice Road edition.
And that came out the same year, right?
They did. They released the Golem edition as a Gen Con exclusive, never to be printed ever again, which was false immediately because people love this much more than Century Spice Road. However, they are only 100 apart on the BGG top ranking list. The Century Golem edition is 265, and the Spice Road is 363. And Spice Road was the one that was previewed and played and advanced copies or whatever, so the way the Spice Road worked was out there, and then they released this edition, and I played both, and I have they have the part 2, part 3, and you can mix and match. They you can bring parts of 1 into 2 and parts of 2 into 3, parts of 1 and 2 into 3. I love the mechanism of the game. I love the way the game feels. I love the conveyor belt. Emerson did a great job of how that works. And you pay if you want to take a card that's up the conveyor belt, you have to put a gem down on the cards you're passing. The upgrade system with the cards with the gems going from whatever the lowest rank one is to the highest one, like the math of this is brilliant. But this game in particular, theme wise, I really feel like the gems that you're getting and upgrading are helping you run the golems. Where in Spice Road, it's just like these cubes, and I'm trading you Cardamom for whatever the other orange cube is. Like, I never got into the theme of what Spice Road was, although I played that one first. Then this one hit, and the art's beautiful. The art in Spice Road's fine as well, but the art, the golem, the way that I feel the gems are like powering up the golems. I love that one much more. And then this is just super approachable. The way that this game works is very simple, is very easy for people to understand. You have that mechanism where you have a hand of cards, you're going to play a card, and you're going to get what it's telling you to get. But you don't get those cards back until you rest. And there are games where you might only rest once because you have a really good engine going and you're picking up the right cards that you need for the turn. And then there are other games where it's just not working out and you got to rest multiple times to get those cards. And then there's those games where you want to rest multiple times because you just want to keep dropping those cards and get that thing going. The game's it's super smart. It's super easy. And I love the theme of this one. So of all the games that are here, if I were to reach for something that I would look forward to playing or I'd want to play, this is definitely one of the ones I would grab immediately.
Yeah, I have a bit of a Death of Superman experience with this one.
Yeah,
because I bought the Spice Road basically a week and a half before Gen Con.
Right.
And then I got to Gen Con, I was there. And then
drops.
I was just like,
yep.
You bastards. Because they just came out with the Century Spice Road that same year.
Yep.
To come out with another just a couple months later it just screwed everybody before it. Mm-hmm. Why didn't you just do the Golem edition? Golem edition is clearly better. I don't understand.
Well, not everybody wanted the fantasy either. There were people that didn't like the fantasy theme to it.
Sure, but come out with both of them at the same time so I can make that decision.
Absolutely. But then you wouldn't have the pre-purchase of the other stuff, and then, well, now I need this one, and then you got the play mats for it, and
No.
yeah, I'm. It sucked. This is definitely the better one, in my opinion. This one is better than Spice Road, whether you like golems or not.
Yeah.
And there's
Yeah.
no difference. There literally is no difference. It's just the
Right.
theme.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
I just don't understand what happened in that studio. Like, why would you make two different versions of the same game and come out with them months apart?
Well, there
Anyway.
was the hype drawn on this one that it was going to be. It wasn't just a surprise at Gen Con. There was this will be limited to Gen Con, only X amount of copies.
Yeah.
Like you knew it going
If I had known that, I would have gotten that because I knew I was going to Gen Con.
Well, you should have known it because you bought it a week and a half before Gen Con.
Yeah, well, they
Also,
didn't
don't buy games just before Gen Con. That's a mistake.
Well, when you fly to Gen Con, you can't buy all the games. So
true. That's true.
I only have like room for one or two. So get a game if you can get it before going to Gen Con. Get it, normally.
Okay, fair enough.
But yeah. So I mean, I totally agree on the gameplay. Never played the Golem one. Never will. Screw you. But I have the Spice Road one, and totally agree on the gameplay. Yeah, I just got that sour feeling from that. I see the marketing, and I don't like. I don't like seeing that in the stuff I love. Yeah,
of course. Yeah, this one. I mean, Emerson's great. I mean, he's a very smart designer. He's a great person, and he made an amazing game in these. And the way that they work, they're not all the same. They're part 2, whatever Eastern Wonders is, or whatever the next one is. It plays completely different, and they are 3 different games, and they're all intelligent in their own way. But this game really introduced like a very simple mechanism to get people into playing the game. Like this is a great, oh, let me show you a game, like a modern board game where people will just get the idea. And the hardest thing is I don't get those cards back until I rest. Like that's the biggest thing of the planning of what cards I'm going to use, because I know I'm not getting them back until I use my turn to pick up all my cards. Other than that, this game is super simple.
Also, like they have all 3 versions of the golems, right?
Correct.
So that's also something they said during Gen Con, that they wouldn't be making the other 2 versions, and that there would be the other 2 versions of Century Spice Road. So, you'll be fine. It's fine, all that. And then they still made them.
Well, because they didn't know that it would be so popular.
How would you look at the artwork?
I know.
How would you not know that?
I know. Going into it, that was the thing. It was going to be just an exclusive, and then they were planning the other stuff, and then this one was so popular that they would have been leaving money on the table had they not done.
Then don't make rules. Don't make promises that are going to make you lose money. Then.
Well, they I'm sure
I'm still sour about it.
You definitely are. I don't think they did it
8 years later. I haven't dealt with
it. I don't think they did it on purpose.
No, I got.
I mean, they might have. 8
years later, I'm still sour about it. That's fine.
I see it.
All right.
So of all of these, and I'll talk about some of the other ones later, but Century Spice Road, if I'm looking at these things, I think Century Spice Road is it's an easier game to get to the table. It's good to show people or to teach people or to get people to the table to play modern board games. It's got a lot going for it. The theme is cute. The art's stellar. Mechanisms just they flow really well. And of the other things, I think that one, although I might like one over the other, I think this one's just got more to offer. So I picked that one over.
Let's do your number 2.
My number 2, I gotta go with Dice Forge.
Oh, okay. Man, all the art's almost kind of the same.
Dice Forge, it's beautiful for the art. Yeah. The art is gorgeous. So a few years prior to this, Rattlebones came out. Oh. I think that was Portal Games. Rio? Was it Rio or? I think it was Portal Games. Maybe not. Rattlebones. So 2014, a game called Rattlebones came out. It was done by Rio Grande. Oh, Stephen Glenn. I didn't know that. Huh. And Rattlebones has this really cool mechanism where you're manipulating your dice faces. You actually popped your dice face off and upgraded your dice. But the game fell. It just seemed dry. It didn't seem very eventful. It was like this circus kind of theme. I don't know. It was cute for what it was doing, but the gameplay wasn't really epic. This one came out, and the art was like that cover. The box is beautiful. You just want to know what's going on. Then you open up the game, and setup can be a little bit much because you got a lot to put out, and they have that little tray where you put all the little chips in there. And if that elastic band isn't on right and all the shit falls out, like it can be a little bit of a chore. Okay, but this game is unbelievably awesome. The decisions you have to make, where you want to go, what you want to do, how you're going to upgrade your dice. Do you want the power? Do you want the gems? Do you want the rerolls? Do you want the points? You literally have the ability to manipulate luck in this game. And you have your dice and you're rolling your dice, but you get to upgrade the faces of your dice. And there's still that luck, but you can change that. Like you can add stuff to your dice that's just like you're literally upgrading your dice. And it's just so cool. And going from station to station and doing your fights and upgrading your charts, and it's just the production is phenomenal. The components are great. The art's stellar. The game is beautiful. There's an expansion, I think at least one, maybe two for this, that I've never played with because I think the base game is just solid as it is. I'm sure the expansions add more, and same thing with Seasons. Like I've never played with the expansions because I think Seasons is just solid of a game. But this one is it's one of my favorite games. I love this game.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember I have this game and I played it when it came out in 2017, actually. And I played it, I think, only once. And then I wanted to play it again. We went to a game group and I was like, oh, I'm going to do this. And somehow I had to go to the other table to balance out players or something like that, right? Played, and then my group played it and they hated it. My group sucks. I'm getting a different group. And they were like, oh, okay, we never will play this again. And then I never got a chance to play it again because nobody wanted to play it. So I would like to play it again, but I need to reteach it that time.
I agree. I never really thought about it, but it is an engine builder. Like being able to upgrade your dice become your engine, and it's just, I mean, just everything with this game it hits so well. It really isn't even hard to like. Rattlebones was a little bit of a chore to take the dice faces off and upgrade them, and they gave you this little tool. This one, you just the components have that like they're solid components. So if you want to take that blue one on the right and you want to upgrade it to the red rock on the left, you can literally take that chip and use that to get the one off and pop it on. It's a beautiful game. If you haven't tried it, get it to the table. It's beautiful.
Very cool. Okay. So my number 2, probably another one that you would know that I'd put on here is Gentees.
Maybe.
No, not going to say anything. Maybe
I'm
it's
not
on there.
saying anything till the end. I have the 5 loaded. Right. I haven't touched it.
All right. This was originally a TMG one. I don't know if someone's bought it off of them. I mean, maybe they have.
Yeah, there's a new edition.
Is there? Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, there was a big deluxeified version of it that was sold out, I think, from somebody else.
I love a lot of TMG games. You know, big fan of Orleon and all the other ones. But this one is one of my favorites out of that group. It's really good. So there's basically, this map isn't exciting looking, but because it's not the deluxe version, of course. I don't know why they would put pictures of the deluxe version. I guess we're not going to get deluxe version pictures. But
well, there's a deluxe version. There is a separate entry.
Oh, is it?
The Deluxeified edition came out the next year, 2018.
That's weird because it was a Kickstarter.
Yeah, it's got the same.
You would think it'd be the other way.
Yep, the same. Well, Dice Tree was different, but Game
Okay.
Brewer, Tasty Minstrel, Spielworks.
So there we go.
Doesn't
Deluxe version has like wooden people and stuff, so it's more fun. But anyway, so you got these 6 different types of people. You got priests and tradesmen and councilmen or something like that, and soldiers, and I don't know what that guy is in the yellow. I don't know what he's doing. I can't remember what they're called, but you got different types of people, and you have cards that you're trying to create. Let me see if they have them on the side right here. No, that's your board. Anyway, you have a board here, and you get to move them around, and as you gain, like if you gain more of these soldiers, it pushes the tradesmen down. So like you're turning all your tradesmen into soldiers kind of thing. Philosophers fight against the priest. So if you get more philosophers, the priests go down. If you get more priests, the philosophers go down. So thematically, that's kind of fun. But you need, like, you'll get a card that says you need to have 3 priests, 2 soldiers, and 1 whatever that yellow guy is, entertainer or something like that. And so you'll go, oh crap, okay, I have to do this.
I don't know what they are.
Yeah, I know.
I'm gonna look it up.
And you have to find ways of adjusting them. But if you look at the top of the board right there, I don't have any in there. I don't know why they would take this picture without it. But if every action that you want to take is on the board here, and it's a certain amount of time. So if you take, it's really hard to see, but if you take this action right here, which is taking cards, it has 2 hourglasses on it. So you would take that action and you'd put it on your board right here, and you'd put an hourglass right here. And once this fills up, you're done for the age. So the better the action, the more time it takes. But there's also duplicates of those actions. Like if I take a card, if I take this one right here and I take a card, it's only 1 time. Then you want to take a card, it's going to be 2 times, that kind of thing.
Right.
So you're trying to get stuff done, but other people taking stuff that you want is going to make you take more time with it. At the same time, you can put out different cities that give you bonuses at the end of every age, and when you do certain things. Yeah, it's a really solid kind of Civ game. The cards that you're building, the ones I described, are basically like world wonders. Oh yeah, there's the cards up there. So like this is telling you need 7 of these guys, 2 of these guys, 3 of these guys, and 1 of these guys, and then you build the building right there, and it gives you 6 points and some kind of special ability throughout the game, kind of stuff. It's a really solid game that just never got going.
I've never played it. The box cover deterred me. I don't know anything about this one actually, other than what you just said. Go back. Go back again.
Oh, yeah.
Zoom in on your workers.
Oh, you have the names of them?
I do. I went on to BGG and went into the rule book.
So I was right about priest, right?
So going from right to left, so we can save your little yellow guy for the end. The guy with the blue is a soldier.
Yeah, knew that one.
The next one with the hammer is an artisan.
Artisan, okay, not tradesman.
The white toga is a scholar. Scholar. The next one looks a little bit different than this, but I'm going to say it's a merchant. Like the image in the book matches that based on me.
I thought the yellow guy was maybe a merchant because he's got the jewelry. Okay.
Nope. The next one with the rabbit ears is a priest.
Yep.
And then that last one is a noble.
Oh, okay. Well, the jewelry makes sense then. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah.
There you go.
Cool.
Yep.
So the nobles fight against the, what were these, craftsmen?
I just left.
The little hammer people? Yeah, whatever.
The little hammer
anyway, it's a great Civ game.
Artisans are the hammer.
Artisans. Okay. Nobles fight against the artisans. That's funny.
There you go.
Yeah, it's a great Civ game, and the idea of spending time as your actions is fun.
Hmm.
There's also a method where, let's say I pick an action tile that has like 3 time on it, right? You can put the action tile down, and then you could put a hourglass token down, and then instead of putting an hourglass token to the right of it, you could stack it.
Hmm.
But at the end of the round, you get rid of all the hourglasses except for stacked ones. They go down. So next round, you have less stuff that you could do.
Hmm.
So you can like sacrifice and then
Hmm.
be mad at yourself later. But yeah,
That sounds interesting. I've never.
there's that.
I want to play it. I've never played it.
Yep. And I bet you knew that I'd put it on there.
Maybe.
You don't like the cover? That's fine.
No.
It's actually the one I have, the deluxe one, is actually gold foil, so the tree's all cool.
I remember that. Yeah. Yeah, there's one of the TMG ones that I don't have.
I think it was kind of real close to the end.
Mm.
And so they didn't really, I don't think they had the money and stuff to push it as hard as they usually did. Could be wrong, but that's how it felt. I only knew about it because I was following them because I liked all their other stuff, right? So.
That looks completely different than the one you just showed.
Yeah, and this is just the same. It's just from a different angle. That's what it looks like, though.
That's cool.
Yep, that's my number 2. So now we're doing my number 1.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so my number 1
Has to be.
Yeah, Evan's right here. Yeah, you must know what this is, right?
Might.
Civilization: A New Dawn.
I did not even see that on the list.
Oh, well, haha. Then I wonder what you think was number 1. Oh, probably that one, because I talked about that one a lot. Or maybe that one. There's a lot in here.
Where is Civilization?
What do you mean? Where is it?
I did not. Where? Well, where is it ranked?
Oh, it is number
2017.
756.
756. Yeah. I did not see this on the list. I would have absolutely put this one on my list.
You would have known that I put this on here. So this is. Did I click that?
Yeah, I missed it. You know why? It's right underneath, when you rank them, it's right underneath Magic Maze. And I deliberated putting Magic Maze on this list because I love that red thing as a component being slammed in front of you when you don't know what the hell to do and everyone is just frustrated as hell. And I kept thinking about Magic Maze, and I skipped right past Civilization: New Dawn.
I never played Magic Maze.
Magic Maze is one of my favorite. It's ranked 755. Civ is 756.
Okay, so Civ is a Civilization game based off the Sid Meier thing, but unlike that computer game or the awful board game that tried to be the computer game, and I say awful just because they tried to put every single action and decision that you have in the computer game into that game, and it was just too much.
Right.
I like the computer game; it's fine, but as a board game, but Civilization: A New Dawn. Not you. Shut up.
Could you please clarify what you're looking for?
Shut up.
Don't be rude to the robots.
It's talking during my show. I'm going to be rude to the robots.
Don't do it.
Anyway. How many times has that happened on the show? Not often.
It's happening more and more, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway. It looks like a lot of stuff is going on in this, but it's really not. All you have is, if you played Ark Nova, you know this mechanism. This game before Ark Nova. But you have 5 actions in front of you, those cards. They have a value of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's the value you're doing it. So, like that middle card right there, wow, that doesn't zoom in much. Early Empire. That one is like your culture. So you do that to increase culture, and then it's at 3, so it's at the value of 3, and then you move it to the And then you move it to the left and shove the other ones up, and now it's at a value of 1, and the one behind it, masonry, goes from 2 to 3, and so on.
Right.
That's the same mechanism used in Ark Nova. That's how clean it is. The only difference is like with the cards is that as you go, just because in Civilization the science goes up and stuff, as you go, like you're going to upgrade those cards to better ones. Man, all my gadgets are like going off here.
There you go. We'll just mute him for a little while until he gets his shit in order. Jeez. Oh, interesting. Oh, I'll just turn it off. You could do it.
I've never played with the expansion, and I love this game. So maybe the expansion makes it even more awesome. I don't know. I don't even know what's in the expansion. I don't need it. I'm very happy with it. But there's movement on the map. There's putting down cities. The red players has those 2 cities and stuff. There's little tokens you can gain on the map that give you extra stuff and all. And it sounds like it's all this big game, but it really just boils down to doing one action a turn, and it feels so streamlined and just elegant that you don't have to know all the stuff like you do in the other versions of it. So
right.
I almost feel like the Civilization theme that was put on it hurt it, because people were like, oh, that's a big complicated thing, I'm not going to look at it.
Right.
So yeah,
I played the Sid Meier's version, and I like the tech tree, and I like figuring out like how to do things, but it is a my
huge
brain out of my ear kind of game.
Yeah.
And I did exactly what you said. I saw this, and other than you talking about it and putting it on my radar, it is off my radar because of Civilization.
Right. But yeah, it's a very clean game. And it's really just, this map tokens.
Yeah.
It's also not even that mean of a game. When you think of like, fighting each other and stuff, you don't even have to fight. You could just kind of exist next to each other. You can even trade with each other. Some people war, and you can do that, but it's not just like destroying everything you have kind of feeling and stuff. So
right.
One of the reasons why I like it. So yeah, Civilization New Dawn.
We should play it.
What's your number 1?
Well, I think you can guess what my number 1 is.
Let me see. Well, it could be that. Oh, okay. Well, that doesn't count because you kind of had a hand in working with it, right?
No.
No?
I was I was there when it
was
in prototype form. I was there when it launched. I was there with I didn't have a hand in it, but I was there with all of it. And it's the reason I know Daryl, and it's the reason I was with Floodgate. This is still one of my favorite games ever. I love the puzzle. I love the story behind it. I just love what it does. I hate that the 5-6 player expansion was named a 5-6 player expansion, because it does more than just expand the game to 5-6 players. It gives you 2 things.
Can't talk about the expansion that didn't come out this year.
Right. But everything about this game, I love. Yeah. I love the designers. I love just everything about this game is just. I still, every time a picture comes up, I look for misplaced dice. It is changed me. This game, like, that's illegal. The purple next to purple is illegal unless that's a red. Is it a red?
Look, the 2 3s next to each other, the purple and the yellow.
Well, I'm just looking at the 6. Is that a red? If that's a red 6, you're fine.
That's a red 6. I don't know what it is with you and reds and purples.
It just looks like whatever. But yeah, the 3s can't be next to each other. The only 2 restrictions in this game do this game so well, right? No duplicate colors next to each other and no duplicate numbers next to each other. Those are your restrictions. And then you have your window that has shade values and color values, and you need to make sure that the puzzle works. And I just everything about. I was just talking about this yesterday or Saturday at the con. that this game. What was I looking at? I brought up Adrian, the co-designer on this for some reason about him. Oh, it was the first QsCon. Adrian came to 2019, and they had a game, and it was very mathy, but it had no theme. And then Daryl goes on vacation to Spain and is in the Sagrada and is like, "This is our game." And then goes back to Adrian and says, "Hey, this is what I think we can do." And Sagrada was born from Daryl's trip to Spain. But this game, I still have. God, is it up here? It's gonna be really hard for you to see. I have I think it was Wormwood that made it, but there's a wooden dice tower with the Sagrada on the front, and Ben had our name put on our, the floodgate thing on the back. It's up here. I'll show it. I can get it. You're just looking my ass when I'm up there. I'm not doing it. Yes, everything about this game is just amazing from the beginning. Just the base game, and then you bring in the 3 facade expansions, and then you bring in the 5-6 player expansion. This game from the beginning, what just hooked me, that it just hasn't gone away. I mean, it's one of my favorites. I bring it as often as I can out to people. When I see people playing it, I want to teach people how to play. I love everything about this game. It's pretty. It's just a well done game.
Yeah, I should have guessed early on that was in there.
Oh,
that would be your number one.
I got that reference, sir.
What's that one from? Is that Airplane?
No, that's Chaz Palminteri in. I know the movie. I can't think of the name, but I know the reference.
Doesn't sound like you do.
It's I'm not in movie mode right now. I'm in game mode. I don't remember what it was. So anyway, yeah, Sagrada. I mean, it's kind of foundational for me in multiple ways, right? For being a volunteer at conventions for Floodgate, and then becoming part of Floodgate, meeting Daryl. This game has a lot of. I have my own promo card for QsCon for it, and the middle, well, not the middle, but the top, the middle 6 dice. The top 3 is 315.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, this one is just it's one of my favorite ever board games. Like one of my favorite board games out there. If you haven't played it, grab it. It's not hard to find. It's super easy to learn, and it's unbelievably replayable.
Yeah, great pick.
Yep. All right, I'm gonna hit enter. You ready?
Oh, this is the guess of my top 5. Okay.
In the chat, in no order.
All right.
In the chat, this is what I thought you had.
All right, what you got? Ethnos, Path of Light and Shadow. Couldn't use commas, huh?
I did shift and return, so they were on different lines. I don't know why it came out that way.
Spirit Island, an anachrony. I didn't like Spirit Island that much. I didn't hate it, but I didn't understand the absolute love for it. I thought it was a little complicated, overly complicated. Altiplano, I didn't realize came out this year. I didn't see it on the list. However,
I know you like Orleans better, but I know Altiplano and Deck Builder or Bag Builders are your thing.
I played Altiplano twice in the last week. Wow. I was going to take it to, or I did take it to the convention. And because of that, I was like, oh, I'm going to teach everybody. Let me play it one more time before, because it's been a while. So I get the setup and all that stuff, and it'll be nice and smooth. So I played it with Aaron, did really well with it. And then I took it to the convention, and we were doing that thing where we asked, hey, can we play in here? It was right before the convention started. So it was the day before, and we were like, hey, can we play in here? And they were like, yeah, you can play in here. And we started playing, and then halfway through the game, they were like, hey, we're closing up the place. You have to get out. My God. I was like, why did you tell us that we could play in here then? Not every game is 30 minutes. But anyway, so we didn't get to finish that one. But Lately, Altiplano has been falling off my list a bit. Mainly because I've been playing Whisperwood, which is also a bag builder, and I'm starting to see a lot of stuff I don't like in Altiplano that I've designed away. It's like a weird kind of thing that's kind of affecting that.
Interesting.
At the same time, I'm really liking Orleans. So, but yeah, and then Anachrony, never cared for it. I have it. I don't have the big mech stuff or whatever, but it's just overly like do this, but to do this you have to do that, then that, then that, then that, then that, and most of those things are boring.
Had I seen Civ on the list, I would have taken Spirit Island off.
Yeah,
that's an obvious one, I think.
Yeah, I've only played Spirit Island once, and I was like, yeah, it's okay. Plus, I'm not a big cooperative person. So. I also don't
agree.
Like
I agree with this. I think Plague Inc. is severely underrated. I
don't think I played that.
It's like the opposite of Pandemic, where Pandemic you want to cure the world of all the diseases. Plague Inc. you just want to infect as much as possible. It's a good one. Mad King Ludwig is also great. Nikki, that's a good one. 5-Minute Dungeon is okay. 5-Minute Mystery is the best of the series. If you haven't played 5-Minute Mystery, I know it doesn't come out this year and you're doing the thing, but just in case, if you haven't played 5-Minute Mystery, 5-Minute Mystery is phenomenal.
Ladder 29, I don't know that one.
Yeah, it's a small box game from Green Couch, I believe.
So you didn't step on any of mine, and I agree with both of you. The Mad King Ludwig was very good.
I would have put Ethnos on there, but I knew you were going to talk about it.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah,
I've never tried Too Many Bones. This was the year of Gloomhaven. Not on my list.
I've never played it. I watched Adam Smith run through it on Rolling Solo, and the intro scenario, and I love what it does. I love the card play. I love the top and bottom. I watched that like it was an episodic movie. Like it was, I couldn't wait for him to put out the next episode to see what was going on in that campaign. But I've got 2 copies of it. I backed the first edition Kickstarter, and then when they came out with the second edition, I backed it just in case there was new shit I needed. I'm looking at it; it's right there. I've never played it, but I went to the storage unit and I got Jaws of the Lion out because I heard that's a really great way to learn the game, and now I want to play it. So,
okay, I never played Jaws of the Lion. So I played the original one. I have the original one unopened, like the very first Kickstarter original one.
Yeah.
But I went to a convention to play it because I was like, oh, they'll teach it to me, and then I could go home and finish it. And I played it, and it was good. It was interesting, mechanical, and all that. But that's when I realized, wait, I played D&D, and this is not quite D&D, right?
Exactly what Evan just said.
Yeah, there you go. Exactly. If you have a regular D&D group, it just doesn't measure up. If you don't, it's amazing, and it's the best you're gonna get out of a board game as far as like trying to play D&D. And I would highly recommend playing it if you don't like doing the D&D RPG thing. But it's just a weird thing. It's like, that's the closest you'll get in board game probably. And
right,
good job.
So there's another. So there are a couple mentions. There's definitely some top games that came out this year that I just haven't played. Anachrony is one of them. I know that one's high on a lot of people's lists. Spirit Island is another one. Gaia Project, which was the space version of Terra Mystica.
Again, I've never played that one, but I love Terra Mystica, and I've heard
Gaia
Project is even better. I want to try that.
Yep. Merlin came out this year, and I know Merlin's on a lot of people's lists.
Never played it.
Play it.
I was kind of tired of Queen at that time, and I think that was a Queen's game. Right? Yeah.
Same.
I've never played Twilight Imperium.
Twilight Imperium is fantastic.
I know. I would love to play it. It seems right up my alley. But yeah, Yamatai. I have Yamatai.
Yamatai is beautiful. The art's stunning. I mean, it was this year's Days of Wonders release, right?
Bruno Catala, yeah.
Really pretty game. Quest for El Dorado.
Hold on, before you leave Yamatai.
Okay.
Yamatai, so that came after Five Tribes, and Five Tribes I was really enamored with. And then when this came out, it wasn't quite as good as Five Tribes, so I was like disappointed. But later on, I revisited it again. I was like, no, this was actually really good. So yeah,
Yeah. I think I played this before I played Five Tribes. But yeah, I love Yamatai is great. Quest for El Dorado came out this year.
I haven't played
That
that one.
one's super fun, super easy, and then you got the remake with Dutre's art. Tiny Epic Quest came out this year. It's the first time that we had item meeples. Very Zelda-esque kind of
Yeah,
thing.
that's my favorite Tiny Epic.
Yep.
Quest.
Galapagos is a really stupid party game, but plays a lot. I think it plays up to 10. Really cool choices. Sets you up to be a trader right away. Like you're just doing a thing to benefit the crew, and the people are going to throw you under the bus. And to talk about D&D, another game came out this year that
Oh,
I haven't played that I've wanted to, but I've been told it's D&D without a DM, and it's a deck builder called
Oh.
Dragonfire.
I haven't heard of that.
Dragonfire, when I have it and I wanted to play it, and it looks awesome. The art looks great. The gameplay looks great. No, not with West. Definitely don't play it with West. Yeah, so Dragonfire came out this year as well. And I can't have a list without a game that's super friggin' hard to find. All of these are pretty easy to get. I don't think any of them are difficult to find anymore. But there is one that came out this year that I played at Dice Tower Con that year that took me 5 years to find. I finally got it a couple of years ago. It's called Dice Age.
Huh. Never heard of it.
It was a game out of
Find a name.
it wasn't even like something easy to get. It was it's called Dice Age The Hunt. Not that the hunt means anything. It's just Dice Age. But it was Hobby Japan, and it was every time I tried to find it, I couldn't. It was super like there's one copy right now in America for $150, and it's not $150 game. It's not $150 game, but the art's really cute. The gameplay was really smooth. I played it with my friend Simon, and this was I'm only a couple years into conventions at this point, but it really struck me as a really fun, clean game to play. It just took so long to get. If you have an opportunity, if you're at a convention and it has it in the library, or you happen to come across a copy, I think it's worth a play. I think it's really fun and underrated. It's 9,800 on the BGG list, but I don't think it had a really it's still ranked at 6.8. It's only got 162 ratings, but it's a really, really fun game.
Yeah.
So that's why you can't find it.
I thought you were going to say Betrayal at Baldur's Gate.
I never played it.
Right, but then you said you haven't played this one or something that you were about to say with D&D and all that stuff. So,
yeah. Instead of Dragonfire,
yeah. And you played Betrayal on House of Hill or whatever it is,
sure.
right?
Yep.
So it's basically that, but D&D and like tighter, less wonky scenarios and all that stuff. Yeah. And you have your own powers, which I think is awesome. If you're the wizard, you can do a fireball. If you're the rogue, you can steal stuff. Stuff like that.
Right. That's a great list, Sasha.
Yeah,
for sure. Raja's is amazing. Also great.
Mintworks.
I agree. Underrated.
Photosynthesis. I bought that at that Gen Con I was talking about. And the first play of it, I was like, yeah, this is really good. Second play, I was like, yeah, it's good. And the third play, I was like, yeah, done. It was really weird. It's one of the very few games that I was like here on, and then it just went
right
for whatever reason, subjectively,
Right.
But
yeah. There's a game. Obviously, I was a little closer to it, but there's a game that is just so much better than Photosynthesis.
That might have been it, Brandon. That it's just a little bit mean.
It is you choke people out in that game.
Yeah. And that's not usually my jam.
Yep.
You get a certain amount of jokes, Evan. I can't put all the jokes up. London almost made my list. I've talked
one.
about that one a lot. Downforce is my number 6.
One of my that and Rallyman are my two favorite racing games.
I haven't
Obviously,
played
one's
Rallyman.
cards. Rallyman's great.
Hmm.
That one's dice based. Downforce is card based. I love the way Downforce does the card system.
Downforce is awesome.
Yeah.
Let's see what else we got. So someone mentioned Dinosaur Island.
Awesome.
Love Dinosaur Island. We talked about that before. Yeah, I know it's so good. I don't even like racing, and Downforce is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
But same year as Dinosaur Island, it just didn't get any buzz. Is Wasteland Express Delivery Service, and I think both were John and there Gilmore Long, and he it just doesn't. Have you played that one?
I have not played that one.
So it is a pick up and deliver, and there's a lot of people that just don't like pick up and deliver, but it's a pick up and deliver in a Mad Max world,
right?
And so you get to build your rig, basically put weapons on it and all this stuff, and try to deliver stuff across the plains while things are attacking you and you're attacking each other and stuff like that. Again, it's mean and it's weird and it's got a lot of convoluted rules and stuff, but in the end, it's still kind of like a really fun pick up and deliver game. So, the betting is what balances out the racing luck and Downforce. Yeah. Charterstone was this year.
Yep, it was.
I played 6 games out of the 12 in that one. Yeah, I've only finished one campaign, and we cheated. We skipped 2 games in it to finish it, and it was the Ticket to Ride campaign. But we tried to finish it all in one convention, and we just ran out of time, so we skipped the 2 right before the end and did the end one.
That doesn't count.
I know. That's why I'm saying it.
Mm-hmm.
But I need to finish a campaign game someday. Charterstone seemed like a cool idea, but I never tried it. Yeah, what I like about it is it plays exactly like Asking for Troubles.
Does it really?
Yeah, it's worker placement, and you can bump people, and it's good to get your worker back because then you don't have to pick it up.
Oh, cool. Yeah, that's good.
Of course, there's more to it. And as you go throughout the thing, it starts building up and becoming bigger, right? And it's legacy, so you're building things that are new, and people can go to that and stuff. So that's not Troubles like, but it's just that simple mechanism. Like if you played Asking for Troubles, and you can jump right into that easily. Seventh Continent. Did you ever play that one?
I did. It's so fiddly.
Yeah,
I love the world building, and I'm sure it took so much time to get all that narrative done. I like the story. I like the way it worked. I like the hidden information on the cards, where you wanted to go, what you wanted to do. But I love the save feature. Like, that was really clever. I mean, clever for 2017, right? But yeah, it was so fiddly.
Yeah, I played, trying to think, maybe 3 games of it. Then like we would push into it, have to pack it all up, come back, build it all back up, push into it more. That pick up and put back together every time was just so draining. We just couldn't do it a 4th time.
Yeah.
I didn't get too far. I think I only got to like one other island or something like that, but it was really cool. I thought it was really good. I would play the computer game basically.
It was a computer game. Yep.
Yeah, that's what I should do because I'm not going to play the board game ever again. Even though I have both white and black boxes, I get so much stuff for it.
Yep.
Let's see. We already talked about Anachrony. Fallout was as convoluted as I thought it would be.
No, I never played that one.
It's got a lot of cool stuff in it. Like it and especially if you're a fan of the video game, then you're gonna love big parts of it and stuff. But it's also just got a lot to it. Again, it's kind of like converting from video game to this, it doesn't always work out. So, what else? Near and Far. Someone mentioned it here in the thing. Near and Far. This was, which was the sequel to Above and Below, and I think Near and Far did it better than Above and Below. Partly because Above and Below, you could be playing like a really good Euro game, while someone else can be playing a bad Euro game and then go down into the thing and get a story and then come out better than you.
Yeah.
And they really balanced that out in Near and Far.
Yeah.
Yeah. You had to play a good Euro game to go get the story, basically.
Yeah, it just seemed, I liked Above and Below better because it seemed like Near and Far, it was like village, 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 go out. All right, now I got to go back. Village, 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 village. All right, go out. And now you got to come back. And then village, village. It just seemed too, like I wanted to be out more, and it felt like the game was telling you to come back more.
That's fair. That's fair. I could see that. Pulsar 2849, I think.
Yeah, Pulsar is really good.
It's good. It's like what is it? There's one. There's a game that it's kind of like based out of. Is it Concordia?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't think so.
I don't know.
It plays very much like a. It's a Grand Austria Hotel.
Oh,
so it plays very much like Grand Austria Hotel, but it's a space game.
Huh.
You roll a bunch of dice, and then those dictate what kind of actions can be used, and you grab dice to do those actions. But it also has the same issue as Grand Austria Hotel, which is, what if you never roll a 3?
Right.
Then you can't do that action, right?
Yeah. Yep.
And there's some mitigation you could do, yeah. But I still like Grand Austria Hotel more than Pulsar, but yeah, it's Pulsar still really good. Alien Artifacts, pretty decent card game.
Yeah. Yep. Forgot about that one.
Whistle Stop, which is not talked about enough, I think is a great train game. I should have brought it for TrainCon.
You should have brought it to TrainCon.
There's not the you got small cards. I mean, small tables, so you got to play small games like card tables, card games and stuff. But yeah, I stopped at that point. But there were so many good ones. Oh, Istanbul Dice Game. I forgot that one. Istanbul Dice Game. I've talked about that before. So, ooh, you're slowing down. You're all glitchy. Bad internet? Try to wave your hands like this.
I've only got one thing. One bar of whatever.
What's rough to learn on? Oh, Grand Austria Hotel. Huh. Yeah, glitchy goose.
Sorry. Yeah, I still only have one bar.
No, same designer. Tom Jolly went with Luke Laurie to make Whistle Mountain, but it's not. You're right. The gameplay isn't the same at all. So they just kind of wanted to make a sequel kind of thing. But yeah, 2017.
That's great. Good. I mean, Newsfjord, or I don't know how to pronounce it. Nusfjord came out. Sidereal Confluence came out. Baron Park. There's a lot of good ones. Yeah. Mythic Battles came out. That giant one with all the Greek stuff. Like, that was a nice point-to-point kind of area thing. Fox in the Forest hits a lot of top lists. The Shipwreck Arcana, that's one that's like not many people knew about. Yeah.
I don't know that one.
That one's a good one too. Yeah, and even My Little Scythe came out this year, which I love the story on that one. That's a great story too.
I've never played it, but it's not made for me anyway. So. Sure. I like my big giant scythe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, it's really, I mean, it's a great year. We were just talking about the Pandemic series too. And not only did you get season 2 came out this year?
Yeah.
Yeah, season 2, the Legacy version, season 2 came out, but we were just talking about all the other pandemics that don't feel like pandemic, because pandemic is the quarterbacking game of quarterbacking games, right? Like that's
Right.
the one. It can be super brutal, but then you play Fall of Rome, and then you play Iberia, and then you play the Cthulhu and Rise of Cthulhu, and then you play the one that came out this year, Rising Tides, and they all feel different. It feels like you're playing a different game rather than just, oh, it's pandemic with Clone Wars or pandemic with Warcraft. You actually felt like you were playing a different, same core mechanism, but you felt like you were playing a different game. And Rising Tide is one of my, I like Fall of Rome, I think, better.
Hmm.
I don't know. I don't know if it's a better game. I liked it because I liked the way the Romans were marching, or not the Roman. The Romans were marching. I think the Romans, whatever the warriors, the soldiers were marching through, and you had to keep them back. And then Rising Tide was the water. You had to do the water levels, right? The levees were going to break, and I really liked that one. I really liked it. Yeah, and how cool was Drop Mix? That wasn't even. I remember playing with that thing for the ants go marching. I remember playing Drop Mix for an hour and a half, and just playing with it as like a DJ thing, like just dropping the cards and making the music. Not even there's a game there.
I don't know what you're
But
talking about. What's drop mix?
so it was like a board that you put on the table, and it had a slot for 4 different cards, and you connected your like iPad or iPhone to it, and your cards you drop down, and it would be vocal, or it would be drums, or it would be whatever, and you'd play a card, and it would change the beat. It was unbelievable. Yeah. Look up a
Huh.
video. I mean, you're not gonna, but if you went on YouTube,
Might.
look up a video of how Drop Mix plays and what it does. It's super unique. But yeah, it was really clever.
It basically lets you be girl talk. I don't know what girl talk is, but it's caps, so it must be a thing.
Yeah, I don't know what that is either.
I know Toe Jam and Earl. I get that reference.
I get that reference. Yeah, Drop Mix was super, super clever. Every card you drop down into a slot would change something about it. The style, the beat, the whatever. It was really clever. Yeah,
Cool.
Yeah, it was a great year. A lot of great games. Barren Park.
Yeah. Every time we do these year ones, we're getting bigger and bigger lists of more and more. So it'll be interesting if we hit a year that goes. I mean, I'm guessing 2020 is going to be that year because that was breaks on all kinds of production and breakout stuff. But we'll see. It's a big build up to 2020, I guess.
Yeah, it's gonna just get worse from here, right?
Better, but yeah. But yeah, that's the 2017.
Oh fuck, Massive Darkness. No one mentioned Massive Darkness. That's one of the better dungeon crawls out there.
I haven't played it.
Oh, it's great. Very, really good. And they've had multiple, right? They got the Green Horde. They got yeah, Green Horde I have over there. I think they have the White Death, and they have the Black Plague. Black Plague is supposed to be until the white one just came out. I think Black Plague is supposed to be the better, but then they had all the crossover characters that could go in. It's just, that's another good one.
89. You mean you were born in 89? That's not old.
Who's calling him old? You're still a youngin'.
I don't know. Yeah, I know. Born in the 1900s.
I just threw up. I was drinking water and I just threw up in my mouth.
You know, like hearing that you were born in the 1900s, the previous century.
I was born in the 1900s.
The 1900s?
That's disgusting. Yeah, so great list. A lot of phenomenal games. I mean,
yeah.
Tremendous stuff.
All right. Well, We should stop it because we're only a minute away from 3 hours, so we don't want to hit the 3 hour mark.
I mean, we can pretty easily.
Thanks for sticking with us for 3 hours. It was been
Yeah.
a fun 3 hours. I could always do this forever. It's crazy how long we can talk.
Mhm.
Or you can talk and I can not listen and eat my assorted sours from Bucky's.
I still have mine. I haven't finished my bag. I take a couple at a time. I want to keep that bag for a while.
Took mine to the con, put it in my bag, but I put it in this pocket of the bag and then totally forgot they were there. And when I got back, I emptied out my bag and found them. I'm like, So
Nice. Well done.
I haven't touched them for the whole time. That's why they're still around.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. Good night, everybody.
Yeah, good night. Thanks for sticking around. See you all soon. If not sooner.
See you next week.